This is the Sunday Evening Overdose, Tuesday Afternoon Overdrive Edition. Welcome to listeners.
We're really all in now. We're pretty much all in.
So this is where we do, we take care of all the shit that we weren't able to get to because of time and drunkenness on Sunday night. By about 1 a.m., we're pretty far in the bag there, and ain't too much point in us continuing the show past about 1, is there?
This shit seems like the most interesting shit we had. We just never got to it.
Yeah, I know. See, we're idiots.
All right, what do we got?
This is the show where we clean up after ourselves for the Sunday debacle.
And we're drinking seltzer water instead of booze.
Yep.
This will be our most responsible episode yet.
Let me just try this nice seltzer water here. Let's see what it tastes like.
Might even be able to. I might even be able to.
It is good. Might even be able to what?
I got the mango one. I was gonna say I might even be able to direct my hatred properly.
Yeah.
Not just throw it all over the place. I might be able to precisely hate.
So where did we leave off Sunday night? I know it was a fucking funny show.
Well, we got a. I don't know. How did we end that fucker? I don't remember. But we got a bunch of cool shit here.
Do we know where we left off?
Yeah, I
Andrea,
keep
why don't
track.
why don't you run the ship on the Tuesday show?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the
You
first
direct us.
thing I think we should talk about is King Tut's mask. Do you guys remember this story?
I remember.
So yeah,
King
you guys
Tut's-
told me about this right before the show, and I fucking forget what happened. Will you help me out while I pull up my article here?
Yeah, King Tut's burial mask, which is known as the most famous archaeological relic in the world, was irreversibly damaged, and then irreversibly damaged again, and then irreversibly damaged a third time in an attempt to reverse the first two irreversible damages.
So how did this
So basically, what happened is his
this was curators at the Egyptian museum in Cairo, right? And
Yeah,
tell us,
conservative.
so what happened?
Conservators.
It says they broke the beard off of the
Yeah, they were
the
trying
mask?
to clean it, and while they were trying to clean it, the beard broke off.
just simply snapped off.
So
Bullshit.
he's got like that big, long, braided
Yeah, I know.
tube that comes out of his face.
But isn't it metal? Isn't he made out of metal?
No, he must not be.
I thought that was gold. No?
I don't know.
It looks like gold
Oh,
to
no,
me. I'm
it
looking at the
doesn't
picture right
say.
now. I thought it was gold.
Yeah.
I would have assumed all that shit was gold. I don't
Right?
know, but so what? So I mean,
That doesn't mean it can't break.
it's really old. You
So,
can do something.
so
to break
what
it.
happened
Yeah.
was these
All right.
guys break his beard off, right? And they're like, well, let's just glue it back on.
Yeah, they're like, well, shit, we got to get it back on display. There's no time to fix this.
No, it's
the right
because
way.
they knew it was the end of their career, possibly sued personally. They probably, you know what I mean? That's you just broke something that's worth $1 quadrillion.
Yeah, literally priceless.
It's priceless. Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking probably looked at like the guy who's working with, like, dude, go run to 7-Eleven, get some super glue,
Dude,
and
it's like-
get back here now.
It's one of those moments where it's like we have no choice.
Right, we have
but
to try.
We have to try something. We're fucking
right.
dead, dude. We broke King Tut.
Okay.
This is really, really bad.
Dude, we
this
just
is
broke King Tut.
really bad, dude. Really bad.
I think they dropped it. I don't think it just snapped off when they were polishing it gently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't
They had to have
say.
dropped it. They were probably carrying it, or
They haven't
They
admitted
knocked
to
it
huh?
off a table, or yeah,
They were in a
they
rush.
hit it with
says,
their elbow.
they were in a rush to get it displayed quickly again and use this quick drying, irreversible material when they fucking they used an epoxy.
So that
to
was
put it
Yeah,
the
back
right.
on.
second way. That was the second way that they irreversibly damaged it.
God, you know what happened? They were probably back there having gay
There's-
sex, and
there's
one of
still
them lost
more.
his balance and grabbed the beard, and it snapped off.
They were shoving the beard up their asses, laughing, taking
Well, I don't know
pictures.
about that.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't a gay thing. It's just like a fucking guy thing. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my
Shove a
God.
pharaoh's beard up your ass with your buddies.
So does it say what's going to happen to these dudes? They got to pay? I mean,
No, apparently there's an investigation underway.
Yeah, there would be.
Yeah.
This is but then it's like, what do you do? I mean, you can. So what are you gonna throw people throw people in jail? I don't know. I mean, it's like it's still there. You can still look at it. Everyone knows it's broken. What does that really do, though?
Yeah.
Do we really give a shit?
it's
Does it matter?
probably more expensive now.
Why?
I don't know, because it has like more story.
I
No.
doubt that.
Well,
And plus, no one's buying it.
it would be
I mean,
funny.
Yeah.
It would be funny if it just went missing and then it was like up on eBay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the beard. Somebody they like took
King
it home
Tut's
with them.
mask.
No, just the beard.
Just the beard.
And they
yeah.
tried to fashion another one out of clay, smush it on there,
pieces off of it and replace them.
right, slowly,
Play-Doh.
one by one, until he's 100% Play-Doh.
Really got to start doing background checks on these curators.
Yeah.
This is no.
What does
good.
a curator mean? Is that just the
I think it's like a general term. For,
Yeah, guy in charge of a museum.
guy in charge? Okay.
And they just do all kinds of shit. I guess I don't know. Is that what Ben Stiller was in Night at the Museum? Or he was just
He was a security guard.
Fucking.
But he was
Right.
much more than that. He could talk to.
He was a piece of
What?
shit.
Okay, but there's more about the mask
What?
too.
What?
Okay, so not only did they break the beard off and glue it back on in a way so that it could never be glued back on differently, they also got some of that irreversible epoxy. It's like a spackle. They got it on the face of the mask too, while they were trying to get the beard back on. So they got it on the face of the mask, and then they used a tool to try to scrape it off, and ended up scratching up the face of the mask too.
So they that's like a Three Stooges episode. One pipe starts to leak, and then they do something to fix that. And
Dude, that's hilarious because I was just about to say this is like the Three Stooges get a job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we got to take good care of King Tut. See, it wasn't any of the Three Stooges' voice.
That was Muggsy.
That was yeah. That was the short-lived Three Stooges character Muggsy. Audiences hated him.
See?
And when they showed him busting up King Tut, it was very unpopular. But no,
Well, boy, that man could paint three faces with a paintbrush. Good. You're making that guy up,
what are you
right?
talking about?
Are you making up a character for the Three Stooges?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought you were talking about a real guy.
What were you going for there?
I didn't know. I don't know. I'm sorry,
What was
everybody.
that?
I'm sorry. Here you go. I
What else
don't
on-
smoke weed anymore.
What else on the King Tut mask?
That's it. What else could there be?
Oh, that's the end
They-
of the story, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
end of the story.
And there's no pictures of it, right? So there's this fucking spackle all over his face. His beard's gone. He probably looks like shit.
He's got. It says that there's
Poor King
like a
Tut.
band of transparent
that is-
yellow epoxy that you can see between his chin and his beard.
Is there a
And
guy in there?
There's the thing.
Yeah.
So they.
Is
So
there?
that's
it's
the
a
best part.
mask.
They got yellow like it would blend.
Yeah.
You know, So you gotta imagine too. This King Tut's body doesn't mean shit. Nobody wants to look at that. This is King Tut. This
Yeah.
is King Tut's face.
So did they own up to it and then try to repair it quickly, or were they trying to keep it a secret that it had happened?
It doesn't say.
See,
I
that's-
guess that'll come up
Somebody
in the
must have
investigation.
somebody must have caught it immediately. The first tour that went through, was his beard broken off? No.
No.
Oh, no.
No, I don't think so.
I'm telling. And tour guide, fucking tattletale.
I bet you it was snapped off in a way hilarious way than just cleaning it. I don't think they were just cleaning it. I think they were
Something else.
something
happened here.
hilarious happened.
They dropped it.
I think somebody lost their
You don't
balance
drop-
and
I don't
grabbed
think
it.
you drop. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody was slipping.
Slipping.
Yeah,
on
they
some-
had a
some-
stack of pies in one
No, they
hand.
had
and
they had
then
a
Wow.
they had a
slipped on
stack
it.
of priceless Fabergé eggs in one hand.
Yeah.
And they're just walking through the museum.
Slipped on some museum
slipped on
juice.
some museum juice.
And-
Right?
Fucking
Just grabbed it.
flew down the hall and tried to grab onto the beard for support.
So this is just a mask.
Yeah.
I thought it was I never knew that. I thought it was like a sarcophagus case.
Well, it's a
front.
burial.
Well, that's what it
mask.
is. Yeah.
So
I mean,
he's in there, or is he not in there?
probably not anymore.
He's not in
Yeah,
there.
I think he was in there.
They probably
s-
ground him up for mummy dust. It was
I think
it
I've
was
seen
Smoked
this
him.
thing. I think I've seen this thing
People
on
used to do
tour
that,
in
right?
Chicago.
There was a look this up real quick. There was a thing called it was a cure-all, and people used to sell ground up mummies. They would take mummies from ancient Egypt or other places, and any
Snort
mummified.
it?
Yeah, they would snort it and eat it. I think. Are you finding this mummy powder cure-all, like 1800s or something?
Yep. Yeah, here it is.
What do you got? What is it called?
Egypt and Western Europe. It just says cannibalism of ancient mummies.
No. Yeah. But there was
Medical
guys. They were selling it in
cannibalism.
the United States. You know, it was like a fake cure-all thing.
That's
yeah,
like
apparently that was a pretty wide practice. Hold on, I'm seeing if there's a brand here. Or
Yeah.
a
Well, tell us.
man's name or
You
something.
got that's confirmed.
what do you call
right?
your What do you
Yeah,
call your
absolutely.
company that sells mummy dust? What do you think the company's name
There was
is?
probably there was probably
yeah.
a few
The
of 'em.
slang term was was eating mummy.
Okay.
Had a
That's not
long and
slang, that's
respectable
Literal
respectable
slang.
tradition as a medicinal remedy.
Yeah,
The
and the side
European and
effects-
Arab tradition of eating mummified human flesh was part of a flourishing trade and thus did not die out until last century.
Yeah.
My
I
leg's
told
been
you.
killing me. You got any mummy, man? You got a
Yeah.
spare mummy?
Dude, I got
Let me get a little of that mummy.
I got like half a gram of mummy. I can't fucking do
Can't
it.
spare it.
Sorry, dude.
What if something happens?
Yeah.
I need it. I need this.
What if my knee swells up?
What if my niece? What if I stub my toe?
All right, hold
I
on. Now
need
I
this
also
mummy.
have ground up mummies were once an ingredient in paint too. If that.
But for what purpose?
Weird. What do we do this shit for? Like, people just got normal like 20 years ago. We stopped doing all this fucking weird stuff.
Not the Muslims.
Wait, this guy was making mummy paint until 1964.
All right, there we go.
But why? Does it say
Holy
why he was
shit.
making mummy paint?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Okay, that's one of the most important P's.
See that
out
bar in there? Mummified.
That's from my self-help book, The 59 P's of Success.
Okay.
Yeah. Perseverance is number 4. Do you want to know the other 58?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What do you got there?
He used ground up mummies as a pigment. It wasn't even like for texture or medium or anything. It was just for color.
What
and paint.
color?
It's called mummy brown.
The only picture I could think of is gray.
It's just fucking
Brown.
mummy
just-
brown.
Yeah.
It was probably totally unnecessary.
How do
too.
you?
Yeah.
right.
Well,
do
but
you
it was
really need
completely
mummies?
unnecessary.
The only way to
brown?
get that hue of brown is to grind you up some mummies.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, there's no other way to get that color. You know, like if I was like a painter's apprentice or I was this guy's apprentice, I'd be like, "You're fucking nuts!" I'd never come back.
Really, how did that guy get any, so how do you get that color? You just listen for about 20 seconds, like slowly nod and start backing away, just cautiously, you know?
Right, like,
Just out the door, like start running down the fucking street.
gotta use the bathroom. I'm
Get out of here. Yeah.
And
It'll be
I
that
mean,
thing. I gotta use the bathroom. You hear the window open, just footsteps,
Yeah,
car
yeah.
starting.
How much would a bucket of mummy paint cost? It had to be shit expensive. Where did the guy get the mummies? Did he buy the mummies? How much
had
is a mummy?
And
He
furthermore,
had a mummy
can we
distributor.
get any of that now?
Yeah, can we get some of that paint? I want to paint my
I'm gonna find out. What were you saying?
who me?
No, Andrea.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a distributor, but they ran out of mummies. And the distributor.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Some
Let's
guy,
see,
some
the
guy in
distributor-
short sleeve shirt with a tie, just all stressed out at a desk back then with his Rolodex. All right, look, the mummy supply is really drying up.
Hold on, wait. No, that's a real thing, though. In 1964, the manufacturer who made Mummy Brown reportedly ran out of mummies to grind up. He said,
God.
we might have a few odd limbs lying around somewhere, but not enough to make any more paint.
How were they getting all this?
We sold our last complete mummy some years ago for, I think, £3. Perhaps we shouldn't have. We certainly can't get any more.
Yeah,
And this is real. This is SmithsonianMagazine.com. This is real.
So, how was that legal?
I have no fucking idea.
Well,
Where was he
because
getting them from?
I'm
Egypt?
telling you, dude, shit was nuts until like fucking 10, 15, 20 years ago. Shit was completely insane.
That
People-
is insane.
Yeah, and it was, just got to get some mummy, and
really like it.
I got a stomach ache. I got to make some paint.
I don't even see how they would have thought of that at all.
It's
You
just
just
because it's just
sitting
an
there.
excuse. The guy probably thought for years, how can I legitimately use mummies for something so I have an excuse to get mummies? Because I really want to crush up mummies. That's what it's all about. I want mummies and I want to crush them up and play with them and mix them around and have feet and hands laying around. I just want that atmosphere. How can I justify this? And the most legitimate thing he could think of was making a color of paint. What was it called? Mummy brown? They didn't even try to hide it. Mummy
That's
brown.
funny, man.
I'll bet he inherited like a wealth of mummies from his grandfather who had a mummy medicine business, which went under when they stopped doing
like,
that.
what
And he's
am I
like,
gonna
what
do
the
with-
fuck do I do with these
Oh, of
mummies?
course
Yeah,
that's
he
what
had to
happened. I
Had to
didn't even-
liquidate.
I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that together. Okay.
I'll
so
bet
his
that's what it
grandfather
was.
had the mummy medicine business?
Yeah.
I totally missed that when you said that. Okay.
No, that's my theory.
Oh, so you don't know
That's
that.
my idea. No, but that's
come
what
on, don't
that's where I
fuck
would
around,
think he
'cause
would
that was
get it.
exciting. I
No.
thought
Oh,
we
I'm
said-
sorry.
They call him to like
No, I think I did solve
So
it.
it doesn't
though.
say how he got the mummies?
No.
his father.
Says
No, I
nothing
think
about
she's
how
right.
to
The
get
father's
the
lawyer calls him to the property. They go out to the barn. He's like, "Oh, that's all yours." And he's like, Like
All this
6,000 mummies.
kid.
It's like 6,000 mummies stacked up. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
No, he just what happens is that his grandfather takes him out there, he sees the mummies, and it's just his eyes turn into dollar signs. Cha-ching! He fucking has the light bulb over his head. All right, gets on the phone right away. I got a fucking idea. It's gonna blow you cocksuckers out of the water. Mummy Brown.
I wonder if the Mummy Brown paint was way more expensive than regular paint, or if it was relatively priced.
No, it had to be.
It had to be super expensive.
Dirt cheap. Who would buy it?
Dirt cheap?
Well, okay, I guess.
Apparently it was really shitty too, and the color faded real fast
I
once
know,
it went
I
on
know.
a wall.
I wonder if it's
It,
because
like,
it's
didn't
made of
stay
dead
brown.
bodies. They fucking decompose and go away.
Yeah.
All right,
your
fuck
paint
this.
rots.
Are we done with this?
Just, I mean, that. What was the guy's name? Find it out, because we're gonna have to look into this guy more. You'd never get into that.
I don't see how. I
This
don't
room
see
this
how
room
we
is
can.
brown, and this house was built before the '60s.
It could be mummy paint on
could
this
be-
wall right
this
now.
could be Mummy Brown.
What I'm thinking is, how could they have a consistent color? Like, you know what I'm saying? How could you buy a bucket of his paint and then go back? I need some more of that, and have the same color paint, assuming all the mummies were the same color. What, I mean, were they?
Yeah.
Are these mummies in bandages? Are these
You
like
must
Egyptian
get- I mean,
mummies? What
once
kind
a body,
of mummies?
Once a body hits like 1,000 years, you must get a good consistent color.
That's it.
It's like it's just whatever's left.
You're this
It's all-
color now forever.
This is it.
Yeah.
And then you got like a 10,000 year range where you don't change. You're not finding the name of this guy?
No, it doesn't say in this article.
Well, that
but
sounds like
wait.
this story's not true, and we
can't
just
be
wasted
From
a
the
bunch of time.
Smithsonian.
All right, well,
It can't be true. Is it? I don't. Whatever.
Martin Drolling.
Martin Drolling.
Yes.
How do you spell that?
Drolling.
You see why I laughed at that? No, it's pretty
No.
close to trolling.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Could be that it's a totally fake, made up thing. I don't
Could
know.
be.
All right, what's next?
All right.
Yeah. What do we got?
Next, we have another Egypt story,
Sweet.
wherein what they believe is the earliest evidence of one of the books of the Bible was found carved on an Egyptian mask.
Does that make sense?
It kind of makes sense.
How
Let's
does
see,
the-
it was discovered in the 1st century AD, and it would be the Gospel of Mark. But yeah, covering the face of a mummified Egyptian civilian.
So they, okay. So what does that mean though? What does it mean? There's a Bible inscription on this fucking mask. What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time.
Does that mean that somebody couldn't find a piece of paper, so they just like, I'll
What's
just
the
use this old mask?
What's the inscription?
Yeah. What does it say?
It's a fragment of the earliest copy of the Gospel of Mark.
Oh, that Mark.
I can't
It doesn't have the
Got
exact.
around. So this would
doesn't
what?
say.
This would put into question.
What the
Why is this significant?
Egyptians believed.
Because there were they were around Egypt. There was Jews and early Christians through Egypt and stuff, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's just this is the earliest evidence of anything ever being in writing
Well, so what year is it from?
from the 1st century.
And what language was it in? Did they say that?
I don't know.
No.
We'll figure it out. But what?
It says here. Hold on.
But the mask has many layers of papyrus in it. So they're trying to break that apart without damaging it because they think it could be like one of the first Bibles ever written.
And it was just kind of printed on the inside of this mask.
Yeah.
And this
was
wasn't
like-
this one. It wasn't anybody special's mask, huh?
No, it was just a regular civilian.
Wait, I thought you couldn't become a mummy unless you were important. There's just some regular mummy.
This is very late in the Egypt. I mean, they didn't. This was like out of the time of pharaohs, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think all that shit was over pretty
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
So it may not have even been a mummy situation. It may have just been a burial mask or whatever. But
Yeah, and just like a person behind it, maybe not a mummy,
yeah.
but it was definitely an Egyptian mask. And they said that it was made out of paper like people would reuse newspaper to do paper mache.
So it predates. This says it predates the current oldest copy of the Gospel of Mark by almost 150 years. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean a lot to me. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. What do you think?
What's the oldest known Bible passage? Right? Is that what they're saying?
I guess.
No other passage
So what does
is
this
older?
prove? That they started writing it sooner than people thought?
Or does this prove that?
Yeah,
that
or that it had-
Egyptians started to become Christian before, and
Yeah.
right? They were
Yeah,
still
that there was
mummifying
maybe
people?
more of an overlap than people had thought.
It could have been Jesus. That's probably Jesus.
Do you think that was Jesus's Egyptian mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Imagine how much that paint would be worth to grind up Jesus' mummy. What
Yeah.
color would it be? Like a white? I would say like a white, like an off-white.
You know, Jesus wasn't
Halo
white.
yellow.
Huh?
Jesus wasn't
I'm
white.
talking
but
about the robe.
His mummy.
Oh, his robe.
His mummy. Yeah, what color would his mummy be?
Right, that's different. Yeah,
Jesus
Jesus
paint.
paint would be fucking expensive.
Because with Jesus brand paint, you always win.
No, that's not a business model you can really run for too long.
No,
Find
it's-
Jesus' body, you got to act quick.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You got to hype. You got to build up the hype real
you gotta
fast.
grind that up so fast, and,
And
get
you
it
could
in
probably
some
only.
paint.
There's not even enough for more paint, so you can only like choose like a car or a bike
But you do like
or
with,
one room.
You do like with diamonds, where you get the whole body, but you say you've only got the feet. Grind it up. Say there's only 2 cans in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, drive the price up, get people to pay like $5 million a can of because
For
come on.
Jesus paint?
For Jesus paint, yeah,
For sure.
And then
Easy.
a couple months later, years, whatever, you go, okay, I actually got a couple more cans of Jesus paint.
You know what? I was digging through the closet.
We
and
found it.
Found a couple more
I
cans.
mean, that's what they do with like precious metals and diamonds, right? Like people hoard them and then drive up the market, artificially, and then, hey, we just had some more pop up. I guess we're lucky again. And
I heard it
found a
rains
big pile
diamonds
of
on
these.
Jupiter. Sorry to change the subject.
You heard it rains
Diamonds
diamonds
on Jupiter. Yeah, I read it online.
Is that
true?
on Jupiter?
Jupiter, yeah. You think that's true?
Probably. Diamonds are just chemicals under pressure and heat.
Okay.
Why
Jupiter-
would that mean that?
Jupiter doesn't have a surface, though, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it can
No?
rain. I think Jupiter's just a giant ball of gas, isn't it?
Yeah,
what they
there's
want
no
you to think.
surface on Jupiter. You would be killed by the pressure of it before you would hit anything solid enough to support you. It's made out of hydrogen and helium. Jupiter is my favorite planet. I have a crush on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So there's no diamonds raining on Jupiter.
No, I think that's Saturn, actually. I think it's Saturn.
That's what
where
I
it
meant.
rains
Sorry.
diamonds.
That's what I meant.
So
But
it
isn't that
actually
a
does
gas
rain
giant as
diamonds
well?
somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's
And
both of
most
them. I think it rains diamonds
stars-
on both of them.
Most stars, at the core of the star is a diamond larger than the Earth. They're just chemicals. They're not even really worth that much on Earth, except everybody has just said they're worth a lot for a long time. So now they are, but they're not as rare as what you pay for them.
Okay.
And they can be grown in labs, too.
What, diamonds?
Diamonds, yeah.
Why isn't anybody growing them in
It's
labs?
just all it is. They are. That's how you get fake. I mean, they're not considered real diamonds, even though they are. They're just made by chemical process.
We're weird.
You take carbon and you put it under immense pressure and heat over a period of time, and it turns into a diamond. You
Right.
can get cremated and then made into a diamond.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to do?
No, I'm going to be shot into space.
Or you can get mummified and fucking used as paint.
No, I'm gonna get a rocket coffin and shoot myself into space. Well, someone will shoot me into space.
So I just went on.
Wasn't Hunter S. Thompson shot out of a cannon by Bill Murray?
Johnny Depp.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
Johnny Depp built it. Yeah.
Bill
he built
Murray
the
didn't have
cannon.
anything to do with it. I don't think he was around like the weeks before, and they were shooting a lot of guns and cannons and shit. But I went on the Mummy Brown Wikipedia page here. It says it was originally made in the 16th and 17th centuries from white pitch myrrh and the ground up remains of Egyptian mummies, both human and feline. It had good transparency, could be used for glazes, shadows, flesh tones, and shading.
Flesh
However,
tones.
in addition to its tendency to crack, it was extremely variable in its composition and quality, and since it contained ammonia and particles of fat, it was likely to affect other colors with which it was used. So it fell from popularity during the 19th century when its composition became more generally known to artists. They didn't even fucking know. The pre-Raphaelite artist Edward Burne Jones was reported to have ceremonially buried his tube of Mummy Brown in his garden when he discovered its true origins.
So not only was it a weird thing to do, but also it was shit paint.
Yeah.
It was just horrible paint too.
Yeah, it was a
Fuck.
fucking creepy thing to do, and it was just not any good for anyone. Yeah,
It was probably one guy had to get rid of some mummies or something. And then he's other people started copying him because they thought it was selling or something.
So they still sell the color.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they make it
But
nowadays?
it's not made with mummies
It's-
anymore.
Nah.
That's not real mummy paint.
No, it's not real mummy paint, but you can still get mummy brown paint.
Is that in the Crayola, the like 130 crayon box, mummy brown?
Probably not.
No.
But, yeah, so looks like this was some real shit.
That's fucking silly. I wish I had some. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I
know.
had some mummy paint. I'd definitely put it on my table or something.
Did you hear about this
What?
woman that plans to marry her father?
Ew.
Yeah, Fox News. A teenager has revealed in an interview that she plans to marry her father and have children after dating for 2 years. The unnamed 18-year-old revealed in an interview with New York Magazine her romantic relationship of almost 2 years with her biological father after being estranged from him for 12 years. How do they get this story? Like, what does she do? Just write a letter to the newspaper? Hey, I got something for you.
Yeah.
I'd like to be in the paper for fucking my dad.
I don't know. Someone probably saw it on Facebook and was like, gross.
Well, but did they know? So hang on. So
Yeah, she knew.
it's not like that movie Old Boy where like they hadn't seen each other since the daughter was 2 years old or something, and they had no idea, and then they ended up married.
Ew.
Yeah,
no.
that happened
Yeah, I
in a
know.
movie.
Yeah.
But-
No, they knew. She knew. She was like, oh, I haven't seen my dad in so long. I'm going to go see him. And then they ended up doing it. And then they started dating. And now they're engaged to be married.
What do
How
they
does that
look like?
I just tried to follow the link. There's no pictures. I didn't see any pictures.
All right.
I already got. That's the first thing I was wondering. Like,
Yeah.
what is this fucking? You're right. She's probably a fucking disgusting
There's
slob.
gotta be something weird going on.
And he's like-
that. Not like neither one of them could get anywhere else with, I don't know, anyone else.
Anywhere else.
We got to see a picture of these. We
They're-
got to find a picture.
They're
of them, would
definitely
you?
on the pipe,
Yeah.
which is why they don't want to show the story.
They're,
or
they
show
got,
the
it's
pictures.
got to be like total meth heads or something. Or
Yeah.
yeah, and just having some like terrible, sweaty, cracked out, skinny sex in a trailer. Yuck. And like the dad's skin is all
So
fucking
what
hanging down, all pock marks,
Oh,
and freckles and shit.
God.
So, yeah, stop. So this chick's 18, and they've been dating for 2 years. Isn't that illegal?
I think this is all illegal, isn't
Well,
it?
maybe. I think it depends on what state you're in.
Well, yeah,
I
it depend-
think some states allow, they say that 16 is the age of consent.
Clearly, they're both in a state of confusion.
Yeah.
Everyone on my mom's side of the family sees us as a father and daughter, she told the magazine. Those who know that he's my dad and that we are engaged include my father's parents. She says they can see we are happy together and they can't wait for us to have babies. They treat us just like any other couple.
It says here they plan to move to New Jersey where it's legal.
New Jersey.
And my whole internet just fucking disappeared and shut
Okay.
down. I don't know how and there goes the computer. Goodbye,
Well,
computer.
You got that little tidbit out.
Also, apparently, her father
Why is it?
is only 12 years older than her. Is that right?
That sounds about right.
Find out more about this now. Get a better article because this article sucks.
So that
on
means
Fox
her
News.
father is 12 years older than her.
So, I mean, that happens, right? 12-year-olds can probably impregnate someone. Some of them.
Yeah, I
mean-
think it's happened before.
Yeah.
Wait. No.
What?
No, that means he would have had to be 11.
Okay, well, I'm just reading this article. The headline says, going to marry father 12 years her senior, but this says that the father is 36.
No,
So,
they've been estranged for 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
The father's 36. That means this is
He was
totally normal.
he was 18 when he had her.
Yeah. So, still pretty young.
Yeah.
Makes the relationship make that much more sense, I suppose.
They must not have any other family members. They're probably just alone in the middle of like.
No, she said that the father's parents know that they're a couple. And they don't care. They're fine with it. Where do they live? Are you not finding anything out
It
about
doesn't
this?
say. No, it's all really
Are
vague.
you checking different articles or what?
Yeah. Here, let's see.
But we know this is a real fucking thing, huh?
And there's there are articles all over the place, but there's no pictures of them, and that's probably on purpose.
How do you explain
And
to
it
your
might be on
parents that
purpose
you're
that it
fucking
doesn't
your
say
children?
where they live right now too.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, mom, dad, I'm see, I can't even fake do it. How do you go about doing that? Hey, I have sex with your grandchild, which is, but we're okay with it, and you should be too. Is that how you guys think it might have went?
I don't think you died. Well, they didn't tell her parents.
Well, he is her parent.
I mean,
what
wait
are you
a second.
talking about?
Wait,
Yeah,
what did it say?
They
Her-
did.
hold
Her
on.
mom. They
Her-
said everyone
hold
on
hold
her
hold
mom's side
Oh,
of the
everyone on my
family.
mom's side of the family sees us as father and daughter.
Yeah.
Those who know that he's... Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought he told his parents, her
No,
grandparents.
everyone on his mom's side of the family, they doesn't know.
Doesn't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is probably just some bullshit thing
Yeah.
that somebody called up a magazine and fucking made up.
Well,
And the entire media
apparently,
exploded with it.
this is a thing called genetic sexual attraction, or GSA, and it's actually pretty common between estranged parent and
between
children combos.
Yeah. I mean, everything sexual that you could ever think of, there's like a large group of people that does it. But
There's a whole society of people that want to make it legal to have sex with boys in America. They're
Oh, sure.
pushing for laws to be passed because they want to have sex with little boys.
yeah. You're talking NAMBLA?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
North
You a card
American
holder?
Man Boy
the North
Love
American Man Boy Love
Association.
Association. Well, I mean,
You guys card holders or what?
I didn't even know there was a
Did you
card.
pay your dues?
Is there a
Does it
card?
cost money?
Yeah, you got to pay dues.
You seem to know an awful lot about this.
I don't know what you're talking about. No. This
there-
computer sucks. Anyway, sorry.
So
Good.
you were pretending not to know the name of NAMBLA.
No, I really didn't know it. I really didn't know it.
Who doesn't know? What the fuck?
I don't know.
That was like the butt of so many jokes for so many years. It's insane that you wouldn't remember the name of that. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at. I'm trying to find more out about these people.
Well,
but
are you finding
it's-
anything or not?
No,
These people suck. What
they
do we
seem
got
to
next?
be private. Yeah, I think we're done with this girl.
I mean, if I never heard about something like that before, I'd be like, oh, that's crazy. But, I mean,
Well, how often do you hear about it?
it's been done. I don't know. You hear about it all the time. I mean, you know what I mean. The idea is pretty out there. There's actually a whole fucking group of porno, or like, I don't know, genre of porno. That's
A group of
brother,
porno.
whatever, genre that's like father-daughter porno. And they role play.
Well, of course there is.
The scene is that
Every-
she's
there's-
pretending to be the daughter. And he's,
Everything you could ever conceive of has been done.
yeah, there's a website where
I
people
mean, really,
fucking...
there's no surprises in porn anymore.
You ever
I
heard
don't
of
think.
smushing or smoshing, or I don't know how they say it, but they get all these people get together, like 20, 30 people, right? And they get like a stool or whatever, and they put different various types of food on it, pies or cooked ham or something, and they just fucking like sit on it and smash it with their pussy or their dick or what, depending on what they are. You ever heard of this?
No.
All different types of food, like doesn't it like a loaf of bread or gravy or like
Yeah, see, I mean, there's nothing
Salisbury
you
steak, and they fuck the shit out of
there's
it.
nothing you can think of that's within the realm of like, some sort of normalcy of some kind, as long as it involves like actual day-to-day objects or situations. There's nothing you could think of that people aren't already doing. They got that horse sex stuff going on.
I like those.
What? No. Not like actual horses. There's like people that pretend they're horses, They did a whole thing on HBO Real Sex about people that like one person is like the rider and the other person's the horse, and they like make horse noises and crawl around on the ground. They have like retreats that they go to together.
But they don't actually
They
fuck
do.
each other. They're just naked doing that.
I think they end up doing some sex eventually, but a lot of it's just the horse walking around stuff. A lot of it's just putting a bit in your mouth, pretending to be a horse. I don't know if the horse stuff comes in during sex. Yeah, I think it must.
Yeah.
And they wear tails and ears and stuff, and they have like a
Yuck.
bit in their mouth and a saddle, and then the rider like whips them and stuff. And Are you finding this?
So what
No.
the horse
Oh,
people?
am I supposed to be looking at this?
I guess you don't.
Yeah,
I
have
don't
can look
want
up-
to.
It's a new laptop. You might not want to start down that road.
No, not interested.
I never heard of
Well, you
that.
could have at least confirmed it. Don't
there's-
be the girl on the
There's-
show.
Yeah.
I don't want.
Stop
I
it.
just don't want to put it on my laptop.
You notice how she completely shut down when you mentioned the horse sex people?
You into that?
You into that? Huh?
Pretend you're a horse out in the woods, some weird camp. That's where it is too. It's way out in the middle of the fucking
Where else
nowhere.
are you gonna get together and do that? You can't invite everybody over to your apartment.
It's like a clan
Yeah.
meeting. They just go out way out in the middle of nowhere and light some torches, pretend to be horses. They are fucking freaks.
Oh God! Everybody's a fucking freak.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Fucking mummy, fucking paint, fucking horse sex, and people marrying their daughters and shit. Like, what the fuck? You're right. You remember you said like things just got regular 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not regular. We're
No, I
still
guess we're
completely
pretty fucking
insane.
crazy.
Except nobody talks to each other anymore, which is kind of weird too.
Well, not with how weird everyone. I don't really want to talk to anyone either. All this fucking
true.
weird shit people are doing.
The internet's fucking crazy. There's lots of people doing silly ass shit on there.
Yeah. Well, I'm finding a lot of horse sex, but I'm not finding that episode that I was talking about. But I know I
You
saw
know-
it. I know what I saw. What else? What do you got next?
Yeah, I don't got any stories. This computer
Hey,
keeps
what do you
shutting down
got
on me.
next?
We've got the homeless cat that everybody loves so much.
Oh, the stupid homeless cat.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Stupid homeless
What did that
cat.
adorable cat do?
He ran away from home and ran to the zoo, and now he lives in the zoo with the big cats.
What kind of big cats?
A
Like
lynx.
a lynx? That's not that big. Those are,
Is-
you can own those motherfuckers.
Yeah, you can get a lynx, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
I think you need a special license, but you
So
can
the
put 'em-
house cat just gets in there and they didn't fuck him up?
No.
I would think they would just tear him to fucking shreds, you know?
No, they snuggle.
There was
Here, I'll put a
probably
link on the page.
there was probably a good 4 minutes of that like sideways walking, arched back
Yeah.
stuff going on, you know? Like
That's the one.
walking around
Just
puffy
so-
tails, fucking acting like they're gonna do something.
Can
Bunch
they?
of
Can their
pussies.
genes splice?
Oh.
Can they fuck? Can they create another cat?
I have no idea.
I don't see why not.
Probably.
It-
They probably wouldn't, though. Would they?
Well,
Yeah, they could probably do it.
why wouldn't
Pretty
they?
different.
I mean, cats are just like that's what cats are. They're all descendant of some kind of wild cat that was slowly bred to be fucking small and shitty. You know?
They made the liger.
Have
I mean, why can't
bone
they
problems.
make bone problems? Did you see
Yeah.
those cats that they fucking have little legs, and they think but it's like for a.
Oh yeah,
it's for
yeah.
looks,
Those
but
stupid
they
little
have
fucking,
terrible lives
they-
because
they look like
horrible
a-
bone
yeah.
problems.
They're like little midget cats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little pig cats.
No, they got.
Dwarves.
They look
They-
terrible.
See, here's the
Dwarves.
thing. They have regular sized bodies. It's their legs are just half the size.
I know they look awful.
And they have problems because they can't support themselves.
It's like a
and
little
shit.
fucking potato running around.
Yeah.
Thing looks terrible.
Aw. Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah,
cute.
people are insane, dude.
Potato.
Munchkin cat.
Yeah.
It's called a munchkin cat.
So
My God.
why are we doing the story about the cat in the zoo?
I don't know. You liked it.
Who
And,
and they don't kick this cat out. They just let it.
No, he
he's
just
fine.
lives there, yeah.
Let it-
So he lives at the zoo now?
Yeah. He just lives in there with the lynx. They're best friends.
At the zoo near my house in Brookfield, if you throw bubble gum in the baboon cage, he eats it, and chews it.
He's probably gonna die. They're gonna do an autopsy. They're gonna find 6 pounds of bubble gum
Yeah.
lodged in his colon. Fucking colon full of gum this monkey had.
When will people learn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always try to feed him weird stuff. I want to go there and feed him something really weird.
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
The cat. I feel like that cat's gonna die in the zoo because cats are curious. It's gonna go roaming around. The house cat can probably get out too. You know what I mean? He can probably come and go, right?
No, it doesn't look like
He
it.
probably
No?
if that
No,
other
they're
cat can't
in
get
like
out.
Oh, I guess if the lynx can't get out, the
Right.
fucking house cat can't get out.
Yeah.
How'd he get in?
Jumped.
Nobody
He-
knows, huh?
I don't know. No, he just went in there.
You know what? You could get in because it's just railing and fence. You get in, you jump down in that stupid pit.
Yeah.
Never gonna get back out except for going around to the back where the real fucking animals are. So you got to be brave to get in there, start doing that shit. But it's the curiosity thing. He gets in there. He jumps down in the pit. I know what happened, too. I've seen cats do this so many times. They can't resist. They see a thing. Oh, it's dark. What's in... dude, I can't stand it. They walk around on the edge like 50 fucking times looking down there until then they put their stupid arms down like as far as they can. And then they come back up and look again. And then they do that again. And then finally jump down there. Find a lynx.
That no.
It happens every day.
You know what I'm talking
And
about.
if
Yeah.
Stupid cat hesitation thing.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
to do about everything.
If the cat can get out and in freely somehow through like a hole or something, he would probably think that all the animals in the zoo would be as friendly.
That's what I'm
He'd
saying.
fucking
If
get
he goes
stomped to death by a giraffe.
He goes
Or
wandering
fucking-
around
you
in
know
the
what I mean?
baboon cage. The baboons will fucking
They'll just rip his head
swing
off.
him around by the tail and
No,
laugh.
Yeah, they'll just rip his head off. I don't think they laugh like
Slam
that.
it against the wall. That's how I laugh when I'm a baboon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That stupid baboon laugh where you can tell they're laughing, but you just can't prove it. They're laughing at me.
Feel
Baboons
Every
aren't
time
even
I go to the
monkeys.
zoo, the fucking monkeys laughing at
They're
me.
not like primates. They're like a mix between primates and dog thing.
What?
Baboons, they have like a dog mouth.
No, they kind of
They
do,
do,
have like
and
a
they
weird.
they stand on all fours most of the time, and they run like
They're
a
fucking
quadruped.
terrifying.
They're
Dude.
like
I
a,
would be
a
fine
mix.
if baboons were endangered. I'd be like, good. Are they endangered? Actually, they should be. I would be fine with them
don't
being
think
totally
so.
gone. They scare the shit
They are
out of me.
scary.
I don't like them at all, dude. I would never be friends with a baboon.
Like the Rafiki looking motherfuckers. Those things are scary looking too,
God.
and they have those big giant
It
fucking
is the
asses.
face. It's the face though that makes them scary. Because like a normal monkey, even though you know
Has
it's
a human face.
you know it's dangerous. Potentially, you feel like you could work with it. You're like, all right, I won't stare it down. I won't challenge it. I'll give it some of my food. We'll hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It'll put its arm around me. Everyone will laugh. It'll like do that big like puffy face, blow its face thing up.
It's true.
We'll laugh at that. I'll take it out, put roller skates
but
on
not
it.
baboons.
Not a baboon.
Baboon is like a. It's like
A baboon, I feel like, is just gonna leap at you and start eating
Right.
you from your asshole out. Fucking just to eat your ass and go inside of you and eat your organs, come out your mouth. Oh, baboon.
They
Freaky
look
shit.
like a fucking chimpanzee, like halfway through their fucking werewolf transformation. Like they have like the half little dog nose with the fucking sharp teeth on the bottom and top. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're like dog, wolf,
And they have, like, big
monkeys.
They're
canine
monkey
teeth.
werewolves.
They're monkey
Yeah,
werewolves.
Monkey werewolves. We all
Well,
said it
Jesus
now.
Solve
Christ.
that.
We all said it.
Well,
It's official.
It's official.
True. They are endangered, by the way.
But there's
Oh,
different
good.
Yeah.
types, right? Not just all of them.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, the species as a whole is endangered. Some,
Man, God really fucked their ass up, dude. It's like a big round pancake, red, open
Yeah,
inside
what is going
bottle.
on
What
with
the
that? How
fuck
is
that?
How is that possibly like an evolution?
Yeah.
How is that an advantage? How did that evolve that way? Like,
Well, their assholes
all
are going to
the-
be inside out.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's that you get chased from behind by a predator, and they're like, "Oh, this is disgusting. I'm not gonna fucking." So
I
like,
don't want to eat
all
that.
The,
That
yeah,
thing's all asshole.
all the
That
all,
thing's half ass.
all the baboons with the giant assholes just started fucking breeding more because it's
No, yeah, I think it's right because the predators. I think you're right about that because
All
the
the-
predators don't want to eat a big asshole.
you see a
'Cause
nice
that's what it is
yeah,
basically.
You see a nice healthy furry flank. Bite right into that. You see just a giant asshole running. You're like, all right, dude,
God.
I will wait for a Remus or whatever.
You know what?
comes
That's
along next.
I'm glad that I
Is that a
brought that
monkey?
up.
Remus.
Remus.
Rhesus.
I'm glad I brought
Rhesus.
this. I'm glad I brought the
Rhesus.
asshole
What's a
thing up.
Remus?
Remus is a person's name, I think.
Well, eat
When
him.
when I was a kid and I first saw a baboon's ass, I was I think I was at the zoo or something. And I was just like looking around at people like, what's wrong with that thing? Is that normal? Everybody was just acting like it was normal. I was like, what are these people? What is
Shouldn't
that?
somebody help him?
Shouldn't somebody help that thing? Or is that how their asses look? And why? I remember thinking that when I first saw them. Like, this is odd.
Yeah, really. That thing just fucking that thing got all the skin torn off its ass, and they're just letting it stand there like nothing's wrong.
Oh, God.
Baboons,
Oh,
fucking
hideous. What's
atrocious.
Yeah,
What an
God.
atrocious animal.
Yeah.
It really is. It's just
Atrocious.
it is. I mean, it's just like unforgivable. The whole thing. The animal, the creator of that animal, the whole thing, just unforgivable. Whoever
What
decided,
was it before it was that?
I don't know, wolves and monkeys.
Yeah. It was
Got
a wolf
together.
and a monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
before it was.
But they don't
there.
have any of those at the zoo. Stupid fucking cat's lucky.
Anyway,
Well, good for him. He found the right friend.
that was a good story. God damn it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, turn your
Forgot
shit
to
off, stupid
silence my-
faggot. That's a little harsh.
Go suck
thought
a
you were running the
baboon's
show.
ass, you prick.
I'm sorry, I forgot I was running the show.
Yeah,
you
no,
usually
this
do it.
I can try to. This computer's done. It's on you.
So, all right. Well, we have a weird artist who hooked her brain to a machine and manipulated water.
That's not really art.
Well,
That's a science experiment.
kind of, but she did
Is
it.
this real?
Yeah.
No, it's bullshit. It says she used her mind to manipulate the water. Yeah, but it fails to mention in the headline that the water is in bowls on top of speakers, and she's just using an EEG to trigger an electrical signal in the speakers.
Yeah, it's still interesting though.
Sorta, but I can do it, and so can you.
Yeah, but did you have the idea to do it?
I don't have that many speakers. I don't have an EEG.
Yeah, I had this idea
I don't
before.
have any brain. It's impossible.
And yes, I did have this idea, but I just didn't do
You
it.
didn't
'cause
do
I
it?
I thought it would be lame.
No, you know what? You know what? He did tell me about that years
Yeah.
ago, and he was like, "That's bullshit." Some fucking.
I
It's like
came
something an Asian
I
would
came
do.
over and we were drinking, and I was like, dude, you want to know what would be the stupidest thing to ever do as an artist? And I just like laid this whole plan out. And now, yeah. So what did she do?
Well, it was exactly
She
like
hooks
your
up
plan.
an EKG machine.
EEG.
EEG. We know all about those.
Wait, EKG. That's
EKG, same shit.
whatever. Okay. So EEG.
EKG is the heart one.
Yeah.
So, and what does that do?
It maps your brainwaves. It
So-
detects changes in electricity that happen in your brain.
If she goes through a bunch of different emotions and stuff,
Yeah.
that's going to change the rhythm of this monitor or whatever, and that's going to trigger these speakers, and then
Yeah.
So she's basically got bowls of water on top of speakers, and she's doing like an extreme version of the Jurassic Park, Tyrannosaurus footstep
yeah,
thing,
that's exactly
that
what it
happens.
is.
Yeah, and it's like
It's just
basically
vibrating.
like putting like subs underwater and making the water jump up and down.
Yeah. But she programmed it to react differently to different intensities, and so it's kind of visually representative of the actual electricity in her brain.
That is kind of an interesting concept.
And it is scientific.
It's all right.
It's science-y, but she calls herself an artist, so I guess that's what makes it art.
And this is the video of it.
This is making me have to pee. Just listening to that.
What's this recording? Why does it have to have this stupid music? Oh God, one of these fucking shots of an intersection of a city sped up over the whole day. Wow. God, it's so humbling. The
Isn't it?
expanse of civilization.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, look at you, one lonely Asian lady amongst all this bullshit. This video sucks.
Yeah. I said this sucks. It was
Did you put
misleading.
Did you put it on the Facebook page so people can see?
Yeah, I put it on the Facebook page.
When I first read the headline, I was like, no fucking way, that bitch fucking moves water with her brain. And I was really disappointed.
Yeah, of course, everything always has to be misleading
Right.
as hell.
Yeah.
You can't just have a
But not,
regular story.
Not mummy paint. That shit's for real.
Yeah, well, mummy
That
paint is the
shit's-
kind of shit we like.
Yeah.
This you can skip ahead to like 3 minutes if you want to actually see her doing it.
Oh, she's gonna
She does it like in real time.
let's see here. Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks cool, I guess. It's definitely an interesting idea, like, and I guess it's sort of starting to bridge that gap of manipulating matter with your mind.
Yeah, like
It's
directly.
just a way to do it that maybe will stem some other thought,
Yeah, well-
and get somebody else to maybe move another step down that road,
Well, nanobots and the future of this technology would be awesome. You'd be able to fucking...
What are nanobots?
microscopic robots that
Yeah,
can
okay,
interlock
right,
together
right.
and create anything. So you could be like, just think with your brain, gun, and there's a gun in your hand. Bam! Well, I guess you couldn't do the chemicals, but you know what I mean. You'd have to have your own bullets. But then you can then you can dematerialize the gun
Couldn't make the
into
bullets.
like steel toe boots. So like, did you kill that guy? I'd be like, nah. I'm just walking around these steel boots.
I just got shoes, man.
Just got metal shoes. What the fuck are you talking about?
These are my tap dancing
These are
boots.
my tap dancing shoes. But no, think about that. Nanobots and that technology. You can fucking one day we'll be able to just build helicopters with our brain, just materialize them.
Yeah.
The shit.
Well, I hope so. But this is just like, yeah, this will look so primitive in 10 years. You know, then
Yeah.
people are gonna be. Are we gonna get in the future soon?
Nanobots are scary. I'm scared of nanobots.
Like, when is it gonna be the future?
We are in the future.
Nah, there's nothing really good going on yet. Like, I remember when
There are robots that can build themselves.
Here's the last time I felt like I was in the future. When I saw a Segway for the first time, I was like,
Holy
all right.
shit.
I was like, here we go, man. Now we're going. And then it just nothing else happened.
No, that's
What else?
because that's because they built the Segway. It was fucking like
It was lame.
no, dude. It balances on two wheels. It's like has a supercomputer in it.
But then everybody said it sucked.
No, every city in the United States was like illegal except for cops. So the government made it illegal, and everybody was like, "Well, I guess we can't buy those."
Oh, you can't ride them anywhere on the
No,
sidewalk. Yeah.
there's like determined paths, and there's all you have to go pay somebody to rent one for an hour, but you can't go everywhere. You can only go certain places. So yeah, it was completely overregulated. People should be driving those all over the place.
But that's like the last thing I saw that I'm like, okay, now we're going, you know. And then since then, I really haven't seen.
I kind of
lost
agree with
connection to
did
you,
we lose,
stream.
Did we lose connection?
Yeah, we're streaming now again, I think.
Fucking I actually was pretty impressed when I saw that shit too. There's got to be something else that's cool. What's the newest?
No, we haven't had
Okay.
anything since the Segway. There's been nothing futuristic.
There's
The big dog robot.
Nothing
That thing's
futuristic
creepy.
that you just see, though. I mean, there's cool shit going on with technology, but like, when are we gonna get so that like?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
What
it was
about,
like everybody
commercial-
needs a pager. All right, we got him.
No,
Everybody
no,
needs a
no.
cell
What
phone. All right, we got him. It's like, what's next?
Well, no, when are we gonna get to where though? Like, we're feeling really futuristic. Like, say we got flying fucking cars or something, just as a cliche.
That's called an airplane.
Just as a cliche example. Well, okay, there are airplanes and
What about,
helicopters.
3D printers?
Because we don't really need flying cars.
3D printers,
3D printers. Okay,
That's
now
new.
that's futuristic.
and that's starting to be more common. And they have handheld 3D printers. There's something called a 3-doodler, where you can literally draw in midair. You like start
Oh
on a
yeah,
piece of
yeah,
paper
yeah,
and
yeah,
draw
yeah,
with
yeah.
plastic.
You
up
can't.
in the
Okay.
air.
You're limited
that's
though. You're
something.
limited
Yeah.
by. You're limited, but
But I want to feel
It's still
like
a
I
thing.
want to feel like I'm in Demolition Man.
Yeah.
You know, when are we gonna have like? I don't know.
Well,
when are we gonna
3D
get like?
printers are pretty crazy. If
How
you
about,
think
how
about,
about laser guns? What about
They
that?
got laser guns.
But like in like GI Joe that shoot like solid blue lasers
You know what I always loved about lasers?
and make sparks on things that they hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Like,
know what?
I don't. I'm not talking about some stupid laser gun that like makes you fucking fall down and throw up because it psychs out your eyes or whatever. What do you-
I
Well,
liked in
that
all the
wouldn't be bad either.
I liked in all the sci-fi movies
But that's
where
the
they
ki-
shot a laser bullet, and lasers are at the speed of light, and you can see the bullet,
Yeah.
slower than like a metal bullet.
Yeah.
And it, you know what I mean? It's like they're like ducking these, and they're slow. I think, dude, you can go into Star Wars with an AK and just fucking ice the whole room. Fucking their stupid little slow laser bullets. Fuck that shit.
when are we gonna have laser guns
Or
Things like
lightsabers
that.
too.
Things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Lightsabers they're working on.
People.
No, they're
floating,
not.
Yeah.
How do you end? Sorry, go ahead.
So just like people floating things because like all right. So now you got the girl.
We're gonna talk about this later.
Now you got the girl manipulating the water with her EEG readout, kind of. So you're just taking an
Kinda.
EEG and converting it to fucking sound, and you know it's fine.
Right.
All right, but so how close are they to say, okay, let's take the EEG and convert it to like some kind of controller for like some device like a remote control car.
They already do
now
that.
You can control the car with your mind if you can learn how to focus right, you know.
I saw a dude
So-
who can. They did it with jets. They have a jet pilot with an EEG flying a jet. Well, simulation jet, but he can turn right, turn left, turn up, turn down, do whatever he wants.
So there's a pilot that controls a jet with an EEG. Where'd you see that?
I don't know, fucking internet probably. But no, it's experimental and shit. But he can actually control it with his mind. And I guess what you would do is you try to turn it left, and then you just remember how that feels in your mind, and then you can recreate it somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't have anybody flying a jet with their mind.
No, not a
but-
real one. It was they hooked him up to a simulator, but he was fucking flying it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
Okay.
this is they've released somebody unveiled mind-controlled flying robots that you can control with your brain. Let's see, University of Minnesota's College of Science and Engineering.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if they can do the water thing, they should be able to do that.
I think
Yeah.
that should be the next
Well-
step, is a little
So
flying
they-
drone that
wait.
carries your shit for you.
They actually did it already, or what?
Yeah. Well, they have the technology that will create it, but they haven't built it yet.
So, but they're working on it. I
Yeah.
knew it. So
But
we're getting to the future here.
There is a game you can buy at like Toys R Us or Target even, and it's called Mind Max, I think. Let me look it up. But it's you put a headband on and you control a ball through a series of fans. It's like a ping pong ball, and there's an obstacle course that's made out of like fans, and you have to like get it through a ring and stuff. And you just think at
yeah,
it.
you're right. You're right.
And you manipulate the air to get the ball to go through whatever. And that's a game. That's a thing. You could go out and buy that right now.
Future. You just
Wow.
don't get out.
That's pretty futury.
Yeah.
just been-
I'm poor.
Yeah, poor.
That's all it is.
Like, little kids have this fucking
I'm
technology
like, hey, how
already.
come technology stopped progressing 10 years ago? Oh, yeah, that's the last time I had money.
It's the last time I didn't pay rent.
Yeah. Just stop making stuff, I
Yeah.
guess. It's not in here. I don't know where the fuck else stuff would be.
And you're saying this while you're sitting next to a fucking record player,
Right.
a tape deck.
Mind Flex.
Mind
It's called
Flex.
Mind
Mind
Flex.
And that's
yeah.
a game they sell now?
Yeah, here, look.
That's fucking nuts. No, I don't need to see it. I hate
I think
it.
I've seen this. Yeah, you just...
Well, you just put on a headband, and it's able to take like little teeny tiny measurements through your skin or
This
whatever.
is expensive as shit.
It's like $60.
Get the fuck out of here. And
so we can get
they
an
buy this for
EEG
kids now?
receiver for
Yeah.
$60.
Like kids, like fucking 10-year-old kids are playing with that.
Yeah, easy.
And what the fuck?
Dude,
we have to get one of those.
You know
dude.
what would be fresh? If we took that, changed it around a little bit, and hooked it to speakers and shit, drums and shit, you can make beats with your brain on the spot.
So you guys are telling me that we're in the future already,
Yeah,
pretty much.
we're already in the future.
Because I was like, I was really feeling down that we weren't going
Now
to get
we're-
to be in the future ever. Like,
We're there.
No,
it's
happening.
going, right?
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
It's going to get good. It's going to get good. The 3D printer and this mind control thing, once these get going really well, once you can fucking control stuff better with your mind, sit on the couch like a lazy piece of shit and just float stuff around.
yeah,
that'll be cool.
have drones feed you drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Make a new lighter when you can't find yours with the 3D printer. Whenever you can start doing this stuff, we'll really be in the future. That's when you know.
But
And I'll be satisfied with that. I don't need flying cars because, like you said, I guess there are airplanes.
Yeah.
So
They
Don't
are
really-
also about to release the first jetpacks for regular people to purchase. They're going to start at like $10,000. They're yeah,
do you know how
They're-
illegal that's going to be to fly drunk?
they're
my
water
God.
jetpacks.
they're
so
gonna
you have
need
to fly them
jetpack
over a lake.
cops.
They're going to need jetpack cops. If everybody owns a jetpack, they're going to have to give them to cops.
They're only water jetpacks right
Really?
now.
Give me your money, bitch.
Yeah,
And
dude.
then roll out.
I'll never follow any law again.
Never.
Just never. I'll just walk.
You can only fly them over water right now, though. They
you're-
don't
no,
have
that's
real
not- that's not a
jetpacks.
jetpack.
Yeah, it is.
Excuse me.
That's
you
not
can.
that's not a jetpack. Plus, you're also confined to the tube that's in the water with those.
Yeah.
No,
you're
I've
talking
seen
about like
real.
a hover pack.
I've seen
not
real
a jetpack.
jetpacks.
Yeah, but they're not ready to sell those to you yet. That's the
And I know
difference,
'cause
is that
you're-
you could
that's why,
go
'cause
buy
you
one
can
of
do
those
anything.
water ones.
Because
Yeah.
when the real jetpack comes around, you're just doing whatever you want. After that, you get a jetpack, you're fucking done following any kind of
No,
rules.
because
the second anything goes wrong, fucking out of here, dude.
they're expecting you to be moving on the ground. And now you're going to be able to come in from the top. That's a whole nother.
Just
Police force.
Walk down the street smoking joints.
They're going to have
It's
to start the sky police.
Hey, what do you got there? Nothing.
Oh yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me see your wallet. Yeah, just a second here.
Yeah,
Peace out, motherfucker. Grab onto my leg if you want, but I'm going really high. So fuck you.
One bullet and you just explode. Though that's the problem
right.
with it with a jetpack. They fucking you're just like flying. You're just a flying barrel in a video game.
Yeah. What was it? Oh,
There's
did you want to
also
talk about superconductors at all or no?
a hoverboard.
I tried to before, but you didn't want to talk about it.
When?
On the show a few weeks back or something. It was a superconductor. You super cool a fucking magnet over like a gold track or like another magnetic track, and it freezes it in space and time wherever you put it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You can
Yeah.
even put it on the bottom of the track, and it'll stick in frozen in space and time.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And
I've
then,
seen
and
that.
then
I
like
can find that.
for example, if you have a hovering magnet, you know what I mean, on your desk, one of those little toys, you know, that hovering magnet hovers at a certain distance. You know what I'm saying? The difference in this would be you can adjust the height of the magnet, the pitch, and it'll stay wherever you fucking put it.
And control that with your mind.
Eventually, yeah, but that is the future too. And the hoverboard you were talking about, that thing's a piece of shit. You have to be on a magnetic fucking half pipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I
though.
saw Tony Hawk riding it.
Yeah, that's what
Pretty
I was
cool.
just watching right now. But here,
God,
here's-
he is cool.
But the thing about the hoverboard is that once you're on it, you can't stare it. You can just point and go, and then you're just going that direction. There's no way to steer it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's weird. I didn't think about
It's like
that.
a tractionless thing. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's really all it's doing.
You'd have to touch something besides it to change your
Here,
direction.
Vinny.
What is that?
It's the
Superconductors,
superconductor.
dude. Yeah, hell yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
Dude, watch how you can move this. It'll freeze it in place wherever you want it.
And
It's fucking crazy.
you'll see this guy like knocks it along. It's a circular track, and he
Yeah.
like whacks it.
Also, you could. It's weird. You can put it. I don't understand how it works when it goes around the track, because if it's frozen, I don't know. I'm not sure, but the field.
Well, it doesn't have any friction acting
right,
on
and
it,
it
so-
locks the field. The magnetic field is locked wherever you want it. It's the craziest shit ever. So yes, we are very much in the future. Let's play that vinyl. Go to break.
You want to take a quick? Yeah, we're way out here in the future. Gonna play a little vinyl from my private stock, my vinyl collection.
He said, "When's the future gonna happen?"
Yeah. Well, I really did wonder, and
Yeah.
you guys helped me out with that. I appreciate that. We're gonna go to break for just a couple of quick fucking minutes here, and we will be back on the Sunday evening overdose, Tuesday afternoon, after drive edition. Did I say after drive?
Yeah, it's overdrive.
On the
It's
Sunday
overdrive
evening
edition.
overdose, Tuesday afternoon overdrive. Sorry about that.
And we're back.
It's a nice music.
Welcome back to the Sunday evening overdose, Tuesday afternoon overdrive edition in the afternoons
of Tuesday.
of Tuesdays.
Tuesday afternoon overdrive. Kicking it into overdrive.
Can we do like a Wednesday extra for this show? Sunday evening overdose, Tuesday afternoon overdrive,
Wednesday late morning. Overdraft,
overdraft,
where we have nothing
overdraft
to talk about.
fees. Yeah,
Yeah, where we only talk about overdraft fees.
yeah, that's what we talk about.
You guys suck.
This no.
What do you got for
that's
us?
not true.
What
I
else we
want a
got?
class action lawsuit about overdraft fees.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
How much you get? More than $35?
Yeah, $68.
Was it for 2 overdrafts?
No, it was my settlement for a class action lawsuit.
And how many times do they overdraft you?
I don't know, like a zillion.
And that's like $35 every time.
Yeah, 33.
So did it help at all?
No.
Oh,
It's representative of a victory.
Yeah.
all right.
I guess. I didn't have to do anything. They just mailed me a postcard one time, and then they mailed me a check like a year later.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have to send the postcard back
I
in?
didn't. I literally didn't do a single thing, and they just mailed me a check.
All right.
So I consider that a win.
Oh, great.
Or maybe you just got like 2 fees back because those were the ones that the lawsuit was over and all the other ones were legitimate.
I don't
Probably.
know. No, they probably just agreed on a certain amount and split it evenly between everybody who was affected. That's usually what happens with the class action lawsuit.
It's not very much money.
No.
Dude, don't you wish there was like a class action, like only you and one other guy knew about it? There's like $1 billion in the pot. It's like, hey, we're here. I mean,
I think that's
divvy
just
that up.
called suing somebody.
that's not a-
I think you need to have a minimum amount of people involved in order for it to be a class
Well, wouldn't it
action.
be great if there was only the minimum amount of people involved, and
That would
then
be
nobody
great.
else ever came forward?
So
Wouldn't it be great if somebody just handed you a bunch of money?
That's basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
would be great.
What are we doing here?
We're going to talk about this kid who got caught posing as an OBGYN for over a month.
Okay, at a hospital, at a
Yeah, at a hospital.
How old is he?
17?
And
18?
you work in a hospital at an OBGYN office. Your secretary's out there, and she knows you, and you know her. I mean,
I guess it's different at a hospital
Wait,
because
how
they
old
have,
did you say he was?
he's either 17 or 18. It doesn't say in this article, but I read elsewhere.
How did this happen?
Exactly. You can't just walk into a fucking hospital.
One
and
of the patients even said, "Oh man, I thought I was getting really old because the doctor looked so young when he came in." Like he was
when you go to the office though, you're going to be sitting in a waiting room, right?
It was in a hospital.
Right. You sit in a waiting room all over the hospital. And then some chick comes out and calls your name, and then you go. I mean, how did he get back there? He had to fool all the other employees.
He probably just acted like he belonged there, and nobody thought it was weird.
But who started posting?
Was he that confident?
But what I'm saying, when you have an appointment, you leave the hospital, you make an appointment with a certain doctor. I mean, how did people start getting appointments with him? You know what I mean? Somebody. This doesn't sound right. This sounds all backwards.
It sounds weird, right?
Yeah, and exactly why would he want to do that anyway?
I guess he just wanted to look at a lot of vaginas.
Yeah.
Check the gills.
I thought he looked really young at first, and then when he started licking my pussy,
Yeah.
I knew something was up.
Tell he was experienced.
It seemed weird.
Then I started to think, hey, I still got it.
All right, what does this fucking asshole have to say?
Questions after police say a teen passed himself off as a doctor for an entire month and no one noticed. Security officials say they thought the teen was part of the medical team at the Florida hospital. The 17-year-old was busted while wearing a white coat and a stethoscope around his neck. Dr. Sebastian
that's what I'd be
Kent,
wearing.
a real doctor at the OBGYN office, became suspicious of the imposter when he entered an exam room with a patient.
The first thing I thought was, I'm really getting old because these young doctors look younger every year.
Dr. Kent called security.
So he really only did one exam or attempted to. He wasn't in there every day just examining tons of chicks, right?
Did he just get busted on
He
his
got
first
busted.
day?
Yeah, right.
No, they said he did it for over a month.
Oh, nice.
So,
But then the
now-
doctor said he became suspicious when he seen him go into the room with a patient.
No, when the doctor went into the room while he was in there with a patient.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Try to listen better.
Who then called police. The teen's mom told police her son has an illness and has not been taking his medication. Both police and the hospital decided
illness?
not to charge
He's
him.
got that illness where you think you're a doctor. He's
He's got that illness where he's got to look at vaginas.
Was it One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? There's the guy that thinks he's a doctor, like Christopher Lloyd or something. What was that movie?
That sounds right. I'm
You guys
not
are
sure.
Stupid. All right, whatever.
Christopher Lloyd. There's a thing about how he's Zeus. He's like a walking Zeus, and they praise him. In every single movie he's been in, he's always at the end of that one tunnel. I tell you guys about that?
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
Every single movie he's been in, he's at the end of that same fucking tunnel that goes underneath the temple of Zeus. Did you guys know about this?
No.
I have no idea what
I
you're
can talk
talking
about it a little if you
Yeah,
want. We
talk
can still
about
talk
it.
about this little fucking kid who likes to look at pussies. But either
Yeah,
way,
we're done with him.
No, it's a fucking amazing documentary called Back to the Future.
This is not a
whatever.
documentary, dude.
Well,
That is a Hollywood production.
no. There's a
Time
documentary
travel's not real.
called Back to the Future something, and it's about how Christopher Lloyd represents Zeus and defeats Kronos in that movie. And he's at the end of that same. What the fuck is the
Yeah,
name of
but,
that tunnel? He's at the end
He's
of that.
also been in a shitload of movies, and screenwriters model stories after.
Well,
those fucking,
every single movie he's in, he has the power of electricity. He defeats Kronos, which is time, and he what's the fucking other? Either way, in the Page Master, he was at the end of the fucking tunnel. In Roger Rabbit, he was at the end of the fucking tunnel. In a movie
And
about
what does that represent? What the hell are you
the
talking about?
tunnel, I forget. It's called the whatever tunnel. It's a real tunnel, and on top of this tunnel, the tunnel goes under a fucking I don't know what you'd call it, a temple to Zeus, a actual temple praising Zeus, who is the god of whatever, lightning, Jupiter, Or not Jupiter, Saturn. And it's really fucking creepy. He's in this movie that was back in the day in the 80s. He's at the end of the tunnel. He's just an extra, though, and he has a fucking... There's something about the tunnel, him, Saturn, Zeus, in every fucking movie.
Whoops.
In Greek mythology, Cronus is the god of time. He once ruled the universe until it was stolen from him by Zeus. Christopher Lloyd is our Zeus resonator, and he battles Cronus' clock tower in the synchronistic epic Back to the Future. The Greeks' story...
So hold on. I am down with this idea that certain actors and actresses seem to, in Hollywood, seem to be... They just like
playing
represent
one role.
They represent an archetype kind of, and not always just because they have to or they're limited by talent or lack thereof. It's like it's just that they're pushing a certain message. Their image is used to push a certain message.
Right.
Cronus was defeated by Zeus by way of his lightning bolt. Christopher Lloyd kills the clock tower with a lightning bolt. And since Cronus was the god of time, or the titan of time, it seems fitting that he would be represented by a gigantic, inanimate, but still antagonistic clock tower. Cronus was also a god who embodied limitation, darkness, death, and the color black. He was almost always depicted carrying a Sith, which is why his modern-day adaptation, the Grim Reaper, Death, also carries the Sith. The theme of escaping death is exemplified by the construction of a time machine, which is why Lloyd builds one, because Lloyd is Zeus, and Back to the Future is the story of how Zeus defeated the god of time, limitation,
this
darkness,
is pretty long,
and
but
death.
this guy makes a lot of fucking sense.
That's just one movie, so you're saying that happens in a lot of movies?
No, he covers... it seems like this guy started this documentary like, man, Back to the Future is pretty crazy. And by the time it's all said and done, he's pretty much just like, wait a minute, Christopher Lloyd's got something going on. So there's a whole bunch of shit. That dude explains everything that I was talking about, the tunnel.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd always has electrical powers. In Roger Rabbit, he can shoot electricity. In My Favorite Martian, he's fucking has an electric suit. He's voiced cartoon character eagles with green octagons, which is Saturn, and he's perched up the top of pyramids, and he's a cartoon character. So like everything he's done all points at him being Zeus in every movie. And he's at the end of that tunnel.
He's our Zeus resonator, according to this guy. And
right.
by the way, that was what is this? Whose original video is that? I see it's
tell me the name. And
Barely Human 11, and the other one is Truth Media Revolution.
No, his name is like Sweeney Swanee or something like Swanee, something like that.
I don't know.
It's something along those lines.
So other people are posting this video, but
dude, that video's the shit. It's actually really interesting to watch that fucking video.
So is it Back to the Future Illuminati symbolism decoded?
It could be. It's about 59 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
or like an hour 10. But it's fucking awesome to watch. It's really entertaining. And it does make you think. And like you were saying earlier, there's like actors that keep doing the same fucking thing. Like Keanu Reeves. It's like, hey, all right, you're in the future technology, fucking Johnny Mnemonic, Matrix, fucking, it's all time travel. There seems to be those fucking few guys that do the same movie over and over pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've talked about it before in the past and shit, but Christopher Lloyd, he's fucking crazy. And you should watch that. Everybody should watch that shit if they get a chance. But anyway, that's that fits into like the
what
Saturn.
You do with your time, huh?
That fits into like the Saturn Moon Matrix stuff.
How?
Just because the temple on top.
Because we're all worshiping Saturn.
We're all worshiping Saturn.
Well, a lot of our religions originally, supposedly.
No, they pretty much all are worshiping Saturn. Yeah. All of them, and it has to do with the octagon, which is a cube just pitched up.
In 1947, the suspected Roswell crash brings gray aliens into our night.
I don't know. This is the Roswell rabbit hole.
Is that the same dude?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is the full documentary. But
oh yeah, he talks, and it would appear. I mean, he points out a lot of weird shit in Back to the Future, where it's completely set up like that. There's like all-seeing eyes all over the place. And fucking, he picked it apart pretty good. And then I started learning about the checkered floor. You guys know about the checkered floor?
No.
The white and black checkered floor.
Oh, that's supposed to represent something.
It's supposed to represent like our matrix, like our prison, our gridiron, our fucking
Okay.
are the level we're projected on, like the visible light spectrum.
You're talking about the
prism.
again, the Saturn moon matrix theory is that's another explanation of basically how we're like higher elevated beings, sort of like a soul, and we're trapped here in this physical state.
In a holographic
because of a laser
matrix.
on Saturn.
Right, because of a laser resonate. Well, a signal from Saturn, which is true. It's like a pure sine wave from Saturn.
Okay.
And that's why they say we're. And remember, I told you they said that's what the original sin thing was about, sine, and we're all stuck in sine. Yeah. And we're fucking. That's what it's supposed to represent. The checkered floor is supposed to like our realm of existence that we're stuck in the visible light spectrum.
Yeah.
So. And there is an octagon fucking storm on Saturn's North Pole, which doesn't make any sense at all. It's an octagon storm.
Yeah.
That's really creepy. And an octagon is just a black cube from one of its corners, pitched up on one of its corners. You know what I mean?
So you're pretty much in on the Saturn moon matrix theory.
There's something big there. There's something. All the symbolism.
Andrew, what are you doing?
Trying to find stuff about Christopher Lloyd.
And he's
coming up with anything.
He's all his color's green.
Clearly.
In all of his Christopher Lloyd, the color's green. There's octagons all over. He's wearing necklaces with octagons on them. In that documentary, it's interesting to the part about the temple that's right above it, because it's like the in Page Master. Remember the mural on the ceiling in the library, as he stood in the center of the compass.
What are you talking about?
In the Page Master.
No, I never saw it.
No.
Macaulay Culkin is like this little kid. He's like a fucking what do you call those? Not a hypochondriac, but somebody who's afraid of everything because of statistics. Like, you shouldn't be on that ladder. The chances of you falling are 9 to 5.
Oh yeah.
What do you call those?
A
nervous fucking weirdo, right?
Fucking asshole was what I was gonna say.
And his bicycle has like fucking a million reflectors on it, and he goes through that tunnel only to find Christopher Lloyd, right? Christopher Lloyd is the curator of the library. Boom! I just used a word that I just learned within an hour. Anyway.
Look at you.
Anyway, so he's standing in the middle of the library, right? And there's like this colorful, because it turns him into a cartoon, basically, right?
Yeah.
So he's standing in the middle of this compass. I don't know what you call it, a big area in the fucking library with a big mural, like a Sistine Chapel type thing up top, right? And the picture up there is the same as the one that's on the inside of that Zeus temple above that tunnel, except Christopher Lloyd is in Zeus's place. And underneath the mural in the real temple.
Wow, so they've really dug into this imagery then, yeah.
In the real temple, right underneath the mural is a compass. And there's a what do you call it? A time, a big old swingy clock time thing.
Pendulum.
Pendulum?
Yeah, but like a 3D pendulum.
Well,
that goes in circular patterns.
Still a pendulum.
I don't know what it's called, but it's time. He's standing over time. Christopher Lloyd is Zeus. That's all. Right. It's really fucking.
So you're
interesting.
saying when you check this out, it's pretty fucking convincing by the end of it.
It's pretty fucking convincing by the end of it. There's some stretches, but for the most part, it's fucking pretty solid. I mean, and Roger Rabbit, and it has to do with like breaking out of reality too. So like he went through to meet Christopher Lloyd in the Page Master, where he then became a cartoon and color flowed into his life. You know what I mean? And then in Roger Rabbit, they go through the tunnel into fucking Toontown. Well, now you're in a cartoon. Same exact fucking thing. And then Christopher Lloyd is waiting there with a barrel of that shit to fucking fuck up the cartoon car's tires, remember? He tips it over.
Well, and also the part where they fucking dip the shoe in the acid. That's so sad. I hate that part.
I hate that. I don't even like to think about it.
I can't even watch that. Yeah.
No.
And then...
Poor little cartoon shoe, and he knows what's coming, too.
Yeah, and he's so scared. Yeah. No, I don't
And then in Back to
this.
the Future... He's in the tunnel on his hoverboard trying to get the almanac back from Biff, right? And who's at the end of the tunnel? Christopher Lloyd to save him. He lets like one of those little flag at car dealership ropes down, and he grabs onto it and he pulls him up because he's trying to run him over.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, it's the same shit, and it's all about
Christopher Lloyd at the end of the tunnel.
What the fuck? Do you know? Can we get the name of this tunnel in this temple, or I have no idea where it is or where to start.
Okay, then probably not.
Well, if you skim through that video, you'll see a tunnel, and maybe that's a part you might want to play. I don't know, because I'd do it, but this computer's busted. But there is something about that motherfucker being at the end of that tunnel and having to do with time and reality changes and shit. It's fucking weird. What do you think from what you have learned?
Well, I know that, like, there's evidence all over the place, and it's a big fucking theme on YouTube to say, like, let's examine how Hollywood might be influencing our minds through ancient imagery, you know? And I don't know that I totally understand how Christopher Lloyd representing Zeus in a shitload of movies can really do anything to you, you know? Like, I'm not sure, you know what I mean? But I'm sure that it can in some way or another for people that are really feeding off of that mainstream culture. All that stuff serves a purpose to make them somehow more subservient, possibly. You know, that's just total speculation, but I could see how those things may line up in some way.
Yeah.
You know, but
and you know that he knows something's going on too. Like, oh, we're gonna shoot tomorrow. We'll be there at 7. Oh yeah, where? Oh, that one tunnel. Like, hey, wait a minute. Why am I always at this tunnel in my movies? Why? What is it about this tunnel that we keep having to do shots here? Do you got something? I know you.
Yeah, it's called the Crypt Isodose. Is what it's called. The tunnel.
Yeah, crypt.
Yeah, it translates to the stadium tunnel.
The stadium tunnel. It's crypt.
Crypt, KRYPTE, and then isodose.
what is that now?
Are you sure that's it? That's not a car tunnel. It's like a car tunnel. And it goes below a temple of Zeus. It's in Boston. Where the fuck is this? I wish this computer
in
worked.
Boston?
No, I don't know. It's called something stupid, like the something tunnel. Like
All right, whatever. Let's move on here.
But anyway,
Right.
but it's really fucking creepy. And I think everybody should watch that one dude's. I wish I couldn't remember his name. It's like Sweeney Swanee or something. But you could just type in Back to the Future and fucking find that shit.
I put a link to that documentary on our Facebook too.
Cool.
All right, cool.
That shit's fucking fresh.
Yeah, let's move it along, little doggies.
All right.
Okay. Oh, here's one thing interesting. If you guys want to know, you know the Eye of Horus.
The what?
The Eye of Horus.
The Eye of Horus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You know how it's all funny.
Eye of Horse.
Horse.
Eye of Horse is actually an ingredient in a potion that I make.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I was getting confused. You know how it's all like funny looking and it has that line coming out the bottom of it for no reason and shit?
Yes.
If you fucking cut the brain in half, the pineal gland.
Yeah, everyone knows this.
But
It
did
looks
you
exactly
know
like the Eye of Horus?
You knew it looked exactly like that with the brain
dude,
stem
we-
and shit coming
we-
in the back.
yeah.
I never noticed that until the
We
other day.
knew that.
No, I never noticed that.
You used to know it because we worked on a documentary together.
And I
that
think
we
I
included
completely
that.
overlooked that.
Yeah, well, it was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We had
that's
the
something
diagram.
interesting too.
Yeah. There's all sorts of that weird.
Well, the Egyptians knew that. They were dissecting all that
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
you know?
yeah.
Are we done?
No, we're not done.
Oh. Looks like you're about to do something. Go ahead. Whatever. Sorry.
Well, we have one thing that we never got to.
What is that?
Which is our American federal politicians that have been convicted of crimes while in office.
Is that something we can do?
Well, yeah, we forgot to do it because we were supposed to do it in connection with our Cocksucker of the Week segment that we did on Sunday.
Yeah. Who, as we'll recall, was a senator who wanted to get out of a DUI because he was a senator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were pretty bad to that guy.
Yeah, well, he's a cocksucker.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. So
He does lots of things with cum.
we yeah, great. We what do we want to do? Just basically inform people how common this is for Congress. What is the list that you came up with, by the way?
This list, well, the total list includes the legislative branch, the judicial branch, and the executive branch.
Okay, so wait, are you telling me that these lawmakers and politicians have broken the law before?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Kidding me.
There have been a couple throughout history that have broken the law.
Now you're talking
outta
about
here.
you're talking about just Congress people here, right?
No.
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 Well, no. I thought we had to cut the list
Yeah,
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Overall,
So
everybody involved in
Well,
lawmaking
give
has
us the
broken
scope
law.
of everything you found out here first before we talk just about Congress. When you originally found out just federal elected officials
Right, yeah.
of all kinds,
Right,
and what kind
and
of number
appointed officials. Any federal politicians
who have been charged with a crime,
who have been convicted of a crime that they
Okay.
committed while they were in office.
and how long was the list?
It's hundreds of names.
Like
It's
how many?
literally hundreds of
How
names.
many
Probably
hundreds?
close to 300 names.
And so 300.
And this is laws that they broke laws while in office.
Yeah, or they were, yeah.
And they were convicted.
So you came up with about 300 names of elected officials who had been convicted of crimes while in office, and we had to cut that down because we want to read some of these names. What did you, to make this list a little bit more manageable? What did you cut it down? How'd you cut it down?
We cut it down to only representatives elected directly by people. So people in the legislative branch who are responsible for controlling the lawmaking process.
Okay.
So these are all people who create laws, and the cocksucker of the week this week thinks that because he creates laws, he shouldn't be convicted of anything. I'm not going to read all the individual charges, but they do span from embezzlement, bribery. There's a lot of people who took bribes. Manslaughter, drunk driving, cocaine, and other various drug possession. Cocaine is pretty popular.
This goes back how far in history? This list?
All the way to the beginning of the country.
See, it seems like... Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's just get a scope of this. So you're going to read a list of the names of just directly elected federal officials or politicians or whatever who have been convicted of crimes.
Are these like a felony, or at least?
No.
Are they
all
don't
felonies? Have to be felonies.
They don't have to be felonies. Most of them are. Almost all of them
are
felonies. Yeah.
So, okay, let's go ahead and start with the list.
All right. So our first and earliest is going to be Matthew Lyon. In 1777 was a congressman. We also have Henry B. Castle, congressman. John Hipple Mitchell, senator. Joseph R. Burton, senator. Harry E. Rowbottom, congressman.
What?
John H. Hopple.
You can say a couple of the crimes if they're good, if you have them readily available.
All right. Walter E. Brehm, Republican congressman. J. Parnell Thomas. Andrew J. May. James M. Curley, all of whom went to prison for accepting bribes.
Okay.
Thomas J. Lane.
Proud American tradition there.
Ernest K. Bramlett, both for tax evasion. Thomas F. Johnson, conspiracy. Frank Boykin. Not Ted Kennedy. Cornelius Gallagher. J. Irving Wally. Martin B. McNeely. James Fred Hastings. James F. Hastings, again. Hastings, probably, you're right. John F. Dowdy. Bertram Podol. Frank Brasco. Richard T. Hanna. Fred Richmond. Charles Diggs. Michael Myers. Frank M. Clark. Koreagate, which involved over 30 members of Congress.
Whoa.
Richard Tonry. Donald E. Lukens. Abscam, which involved 31 congressmen. Harrison A. Williams. John Jeanette. Richard Kelly. Raymond Lederer. Michael Myers again. Frank Thompson. John M. Murphy. Mario Biaggi. Pat Swindle. George V. Hansen. Frederick W. Richmond. Dan Flood. And Joshua Elmond, who were all involved in one bribery and conspiracy scheme. Nicholas Marvules, Albert Bustamante, David Durenberger, Mel Reynolds, Walter R. Tucker III, Wes Cooley, Austin Murphy. A house banking scandal that found 450 members guilty of embezzlement, which is just about everybody. Buzz Lukens, again. Carl C. Perkins, Carol Hubbard, Mary Rose Oker, Walter Fauntroy, Dan Rosenhall, William J. Jefferson, Vito Fosella, Jack Abramoff, Bob Ney, Duke Cunningham, Frank Balance.
Wait, I thought of a joke.
Okay.
Bill Janklov.
Jack Abramoff. That's what they used to say about Lincoln to his mistress.
Okay.
Well, there's about 20 more, but I think you guys get the idea. And almost all of those are
You should have been reading those way faster.
bribery,
It's
drug use, drunk driving.
It's because
Conspiracy.
I know why you were taking so long. Because fucking laptops are impossible to scroll. They're the worst.
Yeah.
Mouses
Well,
are
you
the
should have
best
a
way to
mouse.
do it.
I forgot my mouse today. I do have a mouse. I just
They
didn't bring it.
they shouldn't even make those fucking touchscreen bullshits anymore. Ever.
Ever.
They're the worst. No, they're fucking useless. You can't do anything with those. Except
Except everything.
everything slowly.
Slowy.
So these fucking congressmen, see,
That's a lot of. That was like so many congressmen that now I just am bored. I don't even want to do the show anymore.
I don't even.
I'm just bored. I just heard names for like 3 minutes, and I don't know why we did that to people.
I'm the type of person who.
We could have just said how many there were. I felt like really driving it home, though. I don't know. If
No,
that
yeah, it was
works.
good. It was good.
74 altogether.
I would probably like to hang out with politicians. I just don't like them because they just act like they're fucking awesome
You don't like
and
them
better
because
than
they're
everybody.
politicians, but like they're probably fucking wild. Like
They're probably fucking awesome.
people with no morals that are
Yep.
just hilarious to be around. Yeah. Well, I met what's his name, Rod Blagojevich one time.
That guy seems awesome.
Former Illinois governor, who is in jail now. He was actually he seemed like really fun to be around. He's pretty hilarious, you know. I didn't meet him like and hang out for much. I think he just came in the restaurant where I was working because he was doing a fucking like parade route shit, and they came in there to eat, you know. And yeah, like he seemed like he's pretty funny, like whatever, you know. But that's how those guys get by in that world. They're just charming assholes.
Yeah, well,
you know,
but look at them. They're sniffing cocaine and stealing money and fucking taking bribes and shit. They're probably getting fucked up the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Selling
Oh,
a
of
Senate
course.
seat.
Bet you can fucking hang out in the fucking in the house bathroom and fucking make a fortune off cocaine. We should try that.
Yeah.
Go stand around in the bathroom on Capitol Hill and sell cocaine to
coke,
all these
yeah.
guys. You'll probably walk out of there with like fucking $100,000 every day.
That place has no security.
No security. I don't think they're checking for drugs. Who's gonna fucking smuggle drugs into the fucking chambers of Congress? Who the fuck cares?
all the Congress people.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the Congress people.
For starters, and probably a lot of the people that work there too. I mean, if I worked there, I'd smoke weed on my break just like anywhere else.
Yeah, I think I hate those guys just because I'm jealous that I'm not rich. I think that's what it is. And
Yeah.
because they don't act regular. Because you know they're probably pretty regular when they're getting fucked up with their homeboys. You know what I mean? But then they put on a suit, they go out there and they talk like a retard, like a robot.
Yeah, some of them are total repressed creeps that just like fuck their errand boys because they're so weird and Christian and never have done anything cool in their whole life. You know,
Probably.
They just take it out on some young intern booty hole. It's the thing
so
It's the thing that powerful men do. It's a sign that you're
That's
powerful.
how you know you're powerful.
That's when you know you've made it.
Why do I find it so much creepier that you called it a booty hole?
Then what would have been better?
Well, I just feel like that's creepier than butt or
Butt sounds
butthole.
weird too. What if you said
Yeah.
asshole?
Yeah, what if I did say asshole?
What if you said shit
It
pipe?
would be less creepy. Shit pipe
Shit
would
pipe.
probably have been pretty funny.
The Hershey Highway?
No.
What if I
Just
s-
Balloon knot?
Yeah, you keep going. What if I said pooter?
She liked balloon knot.
Pooter.
Pooter. You got any? You got any at all?
And his
No.
None?
I don't have any butt names. I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, but no, that's what they do. They just, there's like two kinds. They're the extrovert party guys that know how to charm everybody and just fucking sleazebag around that world. And then there's the guys that like work really hard and have like elections and stuff, and they're just total creeps behind the scenes, I think, one kind is like salesmen, the other kind is like preachers.
Could you imagine being
Yeah.
a congressman, like walking up to that giant building
No, I couldn't.
every day, like, oh, I'm going to go in here and make shit happen? That'd be weird.
Have you ever seen though? They don't walk in there and feel that way. They walk in there and like sleep at their desks and shit.
Dude, you know how many times they've caught them sleeping?
Dude, nobody pays any attention to anything. If you ever,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I don't think they go there every day anyway.
Like I've seen I've been to the state Congress and shit, and everybody's seen C-SPAN when people are just, somebody's up there giving some speech about, and nobody's even pretending to pay attention. They don't fucking give a shit.
Yeah, right.
They don't do anything.
And I yield back my time.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right. And nobody does care. It's true. Why do they do it? Why? See, that's what I think. I don't think you should have to. They shouldn't be so strict with the time. If you have something to say, you should be able to be like, listen, that's bullshit. I like Chinese governments, parliaments and shit when they're fucking throwing chairs at each other and shit. That's cool. You know how many fucking, how
That's
fast the
need.
ratings would go up?
Yeah.
On C-SPAN when fucking.
Just a couple good fist fights will do it.
Yeah, Newt Gingrich just stabbed the speaker with a fucking pool cue or something. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome. Yeah. I'd watch C-SPAN every day.
Well, that's how it used to be. They used to like challenge each other to duels when it got really bad.
I don't think that's true. I think
that stuff has happened.
Is this
Not
true?
on C-SPAN.
Not
no,
on
I'm
C-SPAN.
saying
I challenge you to a duel.
I'm saying the government used to do shit like that, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's how stuff was settled.
There was a duel on the White House lawn.
That's not true, is there?
There was. Was it Andrew Jackson, I think?
Andrew Jackson was a fucking whack.
He was a maniac.
Job, dude.
He was an engine killer.
He was an engine killer.
And he's on our money. And he was known as the engine killer.
He was, yeah.
Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton.
That's true.
Oh, okay. Aaron Burr and Alexander
Hamilton's on our money too. 10. He is.
Yeah, he's on there.
He has a big fucking head, man.
What did Jackson do with he did something with a gun, fucking gun. What do you call it? What I just said it a second ago.
A duel?
Yeah. A duel. And he
shouldn't have told you what that was called. I should have let you just suffer.
Yeah.
He killed Charles Dickinson.
No, that's not the guy who writes books.
Dickens.
Yeah, right. At first, I jumped on it fast.
Yeah, but wasn't it? It was another politician, right?
Hold on,
you don't know?
It was before he was a president.
Yeah,
I know
right.
that.
But this is what they used to.
Well, he killed thousands of people before he was president. He
so
was
what?
a general.
So Alexander Hamilton was dueling while he was president. See, that's how shit used to go down. That was the United States. That's what made us exceptional. You didn't fuck around. Be polite.
Alexander Hamilton on
I'll
the
kill
10
you
looked
on
so creepy to me.
The president could kill someone on the front lawn back then, and it was fine. And then, so you don't like it? I'll fucking kill you. Fuck out of here.
Well, he wasn't president yet.
No, I think Alexander Hamilton was president while he had the fucking duel.
Yeah. Wow. Who won?
Was he? What are you having so much trouble with there?
No, I'm trying to read two things at one time to keep up with this conversation. But no, Alexander Hamilton was killed in the duel by Aaron Burr.
Was he the president at the time?
No.
Fuck.
No.
But he was president before that.
Thomas Jefferson was president. Aaron Burr was the vice president when he killed Alexander Hamilton.
So the vice president killed someone on the White House lawn.
On the White House lawn, yeah.
I've been to the White House lawn. You could never do that now.
No.
No way.
There's like the White House lawn is creepy. When I was there, here's what I noticed. Whatever security is out there is fucking clandestine. It's like the woman with the stroller or something, because there's very little visible security presence, which is like creepy. It makes you just behave really, really well and carefully. And like, yeah, we parked. I had like weed, Yeah. I'm fucking paranoid. I'm in like the heart of evil.
Did you walk up to the fence, the front fucking the White House fence?
I don't think we did that. We went to the other side. And we drove past the front lawn and stuff, but we went. The other side is like a big courtyard and stuff behind there, and it's like a park that people can go in and everything. And you can pretty close to the house, just hanging out, people eating. And it's like it has this feeling of like you're like, dude, why aren't people just running up here with bazookas and shooting the thing? But like there's must be just fucking cameras and
every tree is fake. There's just a guy inside of it ready to jump out.
There's like a couple of like security people just walking around. But they look not that much more intimidating than
snipers on the roof.
Than like a concert event or something.
See snipers on the roof.
I didn't see anything like. I couldn't see. I'm sure that's there. I'm sure they're there. But I didn't see.
So it was creepy because you didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's what was creepy is because you just
and you know they're there, but you just don't know where.
Yeah, they're there somewhere.
They're there.
But I didn't want to be around there either. I was like having a hard time being around the White House. I just felt very.
I wouldn't want to do it
I just
either.
felt very afraid. I didn't want to be there. It's creepy to me.
Well, there was that guy. Remember the guy who jumped the White House fence a couple times and ran across the lawn?
Yeah,
he did
well-
it like multiple times. They didn't snipe him. They just tackled him.
Release the
There are dogs that they're
Yeah.
supposed to release before they start shooting at anybody.
He made it inside the building.
He did. He made it
He
in
made
the
it
building.
inside the building. That guy ran into the White House.
Yeah, without being stopped.
See, was he
How?
was
How
he
did
naked?
do that?
Nah, it's probably a fake.
If he
story.
was greased up and naked, they would have never caught him.
right, yeah, that's the way you got to go into the White House.
Greased up
Slide in your birthday suit.
and slide.
Slide in.
That's the first, just fucking head first, Pete Rose style. Just slide straight into the fucking dining room. What's up, Prez?
I wish more people were funny like that. Like people that just made it their mission to get into the White House and
just to be funny.
no, yeah, like tweeting pictures. Like, look, I just shit on the fucking Oval Office carpet. You know what I'm saying?
I had a friend. All right, listen. I had a friend who did not that's anything that extreme, but would you believe? I had a friend who just for the fucking thrill of it to say he did it, and it's a fucking shame. This was just a couple years before everybody had nice cameras in their phones,
Yeah.
and he took a few pictures, but they sucked. He snuck into Wrigley Field in the middle of the night and like went down and stole a sign off the locker room door to prove it. And here's the story he tells is that he was drunk as hell. He wanted to go in there and get high and run around. So he just climbs the fucking big, tall, like wrought iron gate, outside the stadium.
Yeah.
And gets in there, which is conceivable. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then he says, he goes to home plate. Now it's like 2 a.m. And I knew he did this. I asked him, I'm like, did you pretend to hit a home run and run the bases? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I probably would have had to go for that too. I don't even watch baseball anymore. I'm like, yeah, I would have done that, but, he's like, he runs the bases. He said he did a victory lap around the whole field and then ran down in the locker rooms, but the doors are locked, but he like ran down by the hallway and he stole the fucking sign off the umpire locker room door.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and just because he knew no one would believe him. Took a couple pictures from inside the stadium that you could tell what it was, but it was like blurry. I'm like, did you just fake this somehow, And yeah, so I mean, you could do stuff like that. You would not think that you'd be able to in the middle of a major city.
Yeah.
Break into a stadium in the middle of the night because he could have fucked a lot of shit up. I'm sure.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to.
Yeah.
You would not think that would be possible, but it is.
Those stadiums
You
are
can get
paid
away
for
with
by
stuff.
tax dollars anyway. You should be able to hang out there if you want to.
I think it probably at one point used to be that way.
Just go and sit down there if you want to.
Stadium, drink some booze, sit around. Who's gonna give a shit?
Yeah.
They didn't used to close stuff. Stuff used to just be open.
Oh, you're talking
ruined it.
back when baseball stars were fat,
Just
lousy
everything.
drunks.
Yeah, but like just back in the days when stuff wasn't as fucking all closed up and fucking gay like it is now. Like you could like for instance, it wasn't that long ago that you could probably just hang out in the park and have a 6-pack with a buddy of yours after work. You know what I mean? On a bench somewhere. And it may not have been totally legal, but nobody gave a shit. You know what I mean? And like things like that, the world has just tightened up so fucking much. And I would imagine, I would imagine at some point stadiums probably just stayed open. You can fucking walk in there with your friends.
Yeah.
Until somebody started doing shit.
Until
Somebody
they gave him a reason to keep him
threw
out.
Paint all over the field or some stupid shit. Yeah.
Started breaking stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you can't pretend to fucking hit a home run unless you break in.
Dicks.
Well, you can't. Did we hit everything or what?
Yeah, I think so. We talked about some other stuff too.
Well,
All right.
that's all we have.
I don't care. Is there anything else we can talk about that's hilarious about buildings that going into buildings? Probably not.
I don't know.
I've never snuck
Abandoned
into
buildings.
I don't think I've ever snuck into anywhere. Maybe
Really?
an abandoned building, but not like
I used to have to sneak
place.
back into school a lot after you would ditch
Yeah.
school and you'd have to come back for a class. you'd have to fucking do the long stealth approach.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out, kind of walk like low and quick on this, like, all the way up on people's like lawns, kind of like hugging bushes and stuff, kind of half jogging back towards the school, watching out for people. And you had to time it exactly so that you would hear the bell for the passing period.
Was yours a bell, or was it just a weird beep?
Oh, we had an old.
It was a tone.
We had
mine was a tone.
We had an old school. And when I was in high school, there were bells.
Not me.
Not by the time I got there.
They might have changed it, but there was like bells even on the outside, maybe, I think, of the school. And for somehow you could hear it, and then we would hear the fucking bell and run and jump back in during all the chaos and try to get in there without somebody seeing you. That, or there was also we had an old school. There was like various options. There was old fucking weird entrances, underground stuff going on.
Yeah, most of that was gone by the time I got there because they rebuilt it.
Yeah, no, we used to go in
this
underground door that went into the basement, and then you would go through like boiler rooms and stuff and sneak back out up in like a spiral staircase and shit. It was cool. Sneaking back into school.
I never did that.
You never did that?
No. I didn't sneak out either. I just walked out. And they were like, you can't do that. And I was like, you can't touch me. Shut the fuck up. And walk out.
We had like police at our school that would like chase you down and stuff. It was fucking hard. You had to get out of there, like, you had to run through the door where the fat ladies did security. There would be, like, the door with the two fat ladies. You just fucking run. Sometimes, if you couldn't, you could find a way out, a lot of times. But then other times, you'd have to just stand around casually near the door until you thought they weren't looking and just fucking fly past them. Like, hey,
well, it's fucking weird.
Fat security bitch.
It's a fucking weird thing to say that you have to stay somewhere. Like, you can't leave here. Like, why can't I fucking leave here? I can do whatever I want. It's just a weird thing that they hold kids prisoners there. Like, you should be able to leave if you want to.
I'm still kind of bitter about that.
How old are you? What age are you allowed to walk around outside and shit? Whenever, right?
By yourself? I mean, you can get thrown, or like you can get in trouble, or your parents can get in trouble for truancy in some places. They don't typically enforce it.
I mean,
I got a truancy ticket one time.
School aside, you're allowed to be places, right?
Hang on, she got a truancy ticket one time.
When I was 17, I got a truancy ticket.
So what was the
I was in and out of
circumstances?
court with that.
I ditched school like a million times, and one time they actually caught me doing it. And it got to the point where I was just like, no, I wasn't here. I'm not going to try and lie to you about it. And then the police liaison officer took me into his office and was like, well, I have to give you this ticket for truancy. And I was just like, whatever. And I just...
Truancy.
I never even told my parents about it. I just paid it on my own because I had a job. It was like $70, I think. Mm-hmm. So I paid $70 to have like 5 days off of school. That was a pretty good deal at the time.
They tried to put my mother in prison or in jail.
For you not going to school?
Well, I went to school. They just wouldn't let me in because I didn't have the dress code.
Well, wait, what were you wearing?
I just wore whatever I wanted. Like
so what was unacceptable?
Any symbols.
Any symbol. Oh, so you had a strict fucking school because of like gang members.
Mm-hmm. But you can have any symbol as long as it was a pattern on the whole thing. Also, you couldn't
have anything that was to one side or another. Basically, like if you had a symbol on one side of your shirt, not on the other, no good.
You can have a pattern.
Right, a pattern.
But I did have like a bunch of like shirts with like rotten skull patterns and shit, and then I was like, see, look, it's the same.
Yeah, this is fine. You can come dressed in rotten skulls.
Right, but you can't. But not just one. You have to have 100 of them.
Yeah.
Right. And you can wear anything that your ID would cover. So, like a Nike swoosh or a little alligator or whatever the fuck those shirts are.
So they had a size limit on the symbol.
Yeah.
God,
I used to just show up every day in like fucking ICP hockey jerseys and shit, and they'd just be like, "You can't come in." I'd be like, "Okay, see ya." Going out. I didn't want to come here anyway. I just came here to meet my friends.
I'll go home now.
No, and that's pretty much how we wanted. It was like, look at they suspended me all the time and
That's
wouldn't
funny,
let me in.
I got to that same point in high school. I got suspended so many times and eventually got expelled, but I still wanted to go there to see my friends.
Yeah.
And I would just show up all drunk at fucking 7:30 in the morning after I was out all night just to see people, and they'd fucking throw me out of the school. Like, dude, get out of here! You can't be here anymore. You don't go to school here. The fucking police guy would like try to like counsel me. He'd be like, it's not too late to turn your life around. Why are you showing up here? I'm like, yeah, shut up.
I did the same thing because you can go in there and have breakfast. They have like these delicious fucking chocolate muffins and shit. Go in there, eat some breakfast with your friends, and then roll out.
Well, I used to go there too to find weed too. It's like, 'cause where else are you gonna get weed? Nobody had cell phones
or
really then too.
Panhandle a few bucks or whatever. You just need other people.
And you go in there and convince one of your friends, fucking sell you $5 of weed while you're all wasted at 7:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school one time on ecstasy, and drunk as hell. We had drank a whole bottle of Bacardi, me and a friend of mine, and I was walking around town all night with like 4 or 5 people on ecstasy, and kind of thought that it was like done, I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I can go. I need some weed though if I'm gonna go to bed now, I'm gonna get high, and I go to school. I walk in there right in the morning where there's everybody fucking milling around, millions of people in the fucking hallways and shit. And I was just tripping, or whatever you say when you're on ecstasy. I forget.
Rolling.
Yeah. And I just remember, like, because it, like, amplifies when they're around tons of people.
Yeah.
And I'm just laughing my ass off, just walking around like a fucking lunatic. A bunch of people are telling me, oh, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. You're all fucked up. I'm like, dude, I got to get some weed. What are you talking about? Everything's cool. Let me get some weed. Who's got some weed? You got some weed? Just being a complete ass. And sure enough, the fucking principal guy just comes up. He's like, I didn't even go to school there anymore. He's like, he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, kicked you out of this place so many fucking times. I'm like, dude, I'm just here, fucking around, whatever. He's like, all right, come with me. I'm like, okay, this will be cool. I'm on drugs. I'm like, sure, let's go. I'm like, this will be funny. I just didn't even. And he like takes me to the cop. I'm like, god damn it, I should have seen this coming. Like, I thought I was going somewhere cool, like, this will be hilarious. We're gonna go talk or something in some room, I'm like,
trespassing?
He takes me straight to the fucking cop, and the cop's like, what are you on? I'm like, I was just drinking, whatever. They're like, all right, we're gonna let you go, and they just let me go. It's all bright outside. Walk home like 2 miles,
Oh, that sounds like shit.
Well, that's what life was like then. I was 17 after all. Couldn't wait a couple years to start with fucking, that kind of shit. Of course, I had to start when I was 15.
Did they let you in to eat breakfast and shit in like the lunchroom at your high school or no?
No.
Because it wasn't open. The cafeteria was open every morning and morning.
For you guys?
Yeah, you go in there and eat fucking whatever.
Yeah, see, that would have been cool.
It was awesome. But, I mean...
But then you go in and eat and blow your high right away.
Well, no,
try to
then
get stoned
we'd
as
leave
shit.
after that. We'd go to the... we had a guy a block away from the fucking school who had who one of those kids who really doesn't have a parents, but he has a house.
Right.
Like, how do you have a house if you don't have any parents?
Or they're just gone really early in the morning.
They're just never there.
There was that kid. We had a kid that was like a block away from the school, and nobody liked him.
Right.
Nobody ever.
We like this guy actually.
This kid was like Millhouse. He was like he was just a complete fucking loser. Like, and he was probably there was something wrong with him too. He's like had some mental problem. I don't know what, but everybody just pretended to be friends with him because we'd go to his house and just fuck the place up at like 8 in the morning, and he like couldn't say no to anything, and you'd go there and not anything really bad, but we just throw stuff around, get high, fucking be assholes, turn the music up really loud, and he'd be guys, wait, stop, no, hey, don't do that, wait, everybody stop, no, don't drink that, hey guys, come on, it's like 8 in the morning, we're trying to drink his mom's booze and stuff. Like, we totally had that guy like a block away from the school, and I feel kind of bad for him now. He's probably fucking killed himself by now.
Yeah, but it's much cooler than school for sure.
Oh yeah, school sucked. If I had a kid, I don't think I could tell him. I might use it for the free babysitting for a while, and then if my kid turned 15, 16 and started going like me, I'd be like, dude, all right, we'll get you out of school. You start working in a trade, you'll be whooping ass. If you start working when you're 16, getting an actual skill, start figuring out how to exist as an adult. By the time you're 22 and all your little friends are graduating as alcoholic college kids because they couldn't handle life on their own and they all went fucking retarded, you'll be like starting your own business and whooping ass. Fuck school. I mean, that's what I would tell my kid. Don't waste time in fucking school. Go actually learn something. Go learn something and apply it to real life situations. Spend the rest of your goddamn life in school.
I'm just getting. I'm really upset now.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's because we're talking about school.
Yeah, school was horrible. Remember when you would
12
wake
years
up?
of my life, 13, 14.
Yeah.
How many years did I go there every day for no reason?
I don't know. And you would wake up sometimes, and it would be that perfect day, especially in the spring, and it's like 75 degrees.
You got to go to school.
And you see like other people. Maybe there's a guy who's like 20, and he like rollerblades by, and you're like, oh, what? Like I get, and like your mom's like, get in the car, and you're like, it's, you're trying to do whatever thing you have. Like maybe say you just got some devil sticks. Remember devil sticks?
Yeah.
You're trying to devil stick a little bit in the backyard before. Come on, you're gonna be late, and it's the fucking birds chirping. Butterflies going by, like, people just having fun. That early morning thing that's like so nice of like one guy 2 streets over, like mowing a lawn.
Yeah.
Everything's fresh and nice and get in the car and go to this fucking horrible building.
You're not allowed to talk to anybody.
Go to this horrible building where the floors are fucking reflective surfaces and the fluorescent light constantly reflects off of it in this weird thing that phases your eyes and your brain out. Did that ever happen to you guys?
Yeah.
I hated that shit. The whole school was that fucking reflective surfaces.
What?
Nothing. Just stop interrupting me.
You said, did you guys ever notice that? I said there, and I was going to say there is something about fluorescent lights that actually does to do something to you that I've heard before.
Yeah,
makes you
like
feel
the
funny.
way they buzz.
It's like a thing. It's like a what do you call it? Phenomenon where like people feel funny. There's a whole thing behind it. Certain lights make people feel funny. That's all.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I was going to say. And they have them. That's why they have them in court and shit. That's why when you're in court, you feel all weird.
Yeah, those fucking shit fluorescent lights are bad for you.
Mm-hmm. They make your brain.
Makes you feel greasy.
I don't know.
Palm sweaty. Nervous. But yeah, I mean, and then you're staring out the window at school.
Yeah, like cool stuff.
All day long. Just seeing people do things. Normal people. See, that's the worst thing is you have to see adults out there that aren't trapped in, maybe some of them have jobs, but all day long you're seeing people do things outside. Like even the janitor is like out doing something. You're like, dude, I would much rather be out there mowing that lawn with my headphones, smoking a one hitter in the shed. You know what I mean? Just like, I would way rather be the janitor. Anything. Get me out of this fucking prison, dude.
School sucks dick.
It was the worst.
It's a prison. It's a prison that you have to go to every day.
What other thing could make you feel 40 when you're 7? And they're like, do you remember that feeling of like, oh, I didn't do my homework, and you had this like
that was
pressure
stressful,
and this, it was like, how is that fair for a fucking kid? You have to do, Mr. and Mrs. Micko, there's something wrong with your child. He's not wanting to wake up at 7:30 in the morning and come here and focus on math. He seems to be looking out the window and attempting to joke around with his classmates.
Yeah, right.
There's something wrong with your child.
He doesn't want to come to prison all day long and then go home and do more work for prison.
The more we talk about this, if I had a kid, I don't think I'd have to homeschool him.
Then they go after you and shit. You know that.
What do you mean?
The government comes after you, starts
Nah,
they always do.
There's so many people
They
doing
give you
it now.
shit. You have like fucking like since they can't inspect your kid every day, there's a law where you have to go do something, so then make sure you're not beating them, or you know what I mean. There's regulation over that too.
Yeah.
Since you're not going to prison every day,
So
there must be something going on.
If you have a kid, you got to just hide him.
Yeah.
There must
don't
be
tell
some.
anybody.
There's probably some hardcore revolutionaries out there. Actually, I'm sure now that I've thought of it, I'm sure there are some hardcore revolutionaries out there that are just having kids off the grid, and they're like the chosen ones. Like, you will not be known. You will lead the revolution.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That's where this conversation led to of school, because it is weird. You're not allowed to. I read somewhere that somebody tried to have like a midwife, like a child at their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And there was some trouble with that. The government had to go and regulate something, or go there and arrest somebody, or something happened. You know what I mean?
Oh, you heard that story, did you?
Whatever.
You heard about that time somebody tried to have a home birth and something happened with the government?
People
Yeah,
don't do that shit no more. Almost 99.99999% of people go to the hospital.
And it is possible.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's somewhere in between what you're saying and the truth is somewhere in between what you're saying and I'm saying. Like, it happens, I'm sure, a lot, but also it's totally possible to do. I'm sure a lot of people do it with no problem.
Like Amish.
But the government for sure probably doesn't want you to be. They don't want you to be self-reliant in any way. That's the thing.
That's another thing.
And you're not good. You're not good enough to educate your kids. You're not good enough to take care of yourself. I mean,
right.
that's what they want.
That's another thing. Amish people have home births, right? Those are probably people still do it, right? The only people that still do it.
They probably have one fucking placenta covered shed that they fucking all do it in.
But they don't.
Disgusting placenta shed rotting in the sun all summer.
But they don't die all the
time. They open the door once every fucking few months when somebody has a baby, just for the smell just hits you like, the placenta shed. Put your masks on.
There's people that eat placenta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real common.
Yeah, that's good. It's good for you. It's a lot of what.
It's not real common.
More well, okay, I guess that's.
Do you know somebody who eats placenta?
Well, no, but it's not uncommon for women to eat their placenta after they have their baby.
Ew.
You didn't know about this?
Yeah, I knew about it, but why?
And not only that, but I've seen people feed it to children.
But it has nothing that you can't get from something else.
It has every nutrient that a human needs. That's the whole point. It's full of all the nutrients that didn't get absorbed during gestation.
So what? You can't get that from something else?
Well, you probably can, but I don't know.
You don't.
I would probably never eat a placenta.
God.
I feel like in movies when people have home births, like the mother dies like 75% of the time. That's probably like a brainwashing thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll bet it is.
I guarantee you it is.
That's true. Because in the hospital, most of what they're doing is controlling the pain, and then they're monitoring things.
They're just controlling the pain, pretty much. And
then they're keeping an eye on
keep you alive if something goes wrong.
Something goes wrong. So most of the time, probably nothing goes wrong. Which would probably be true. And I think it's probably somewhat of a myth, or a lot of a myth, that there weren't pain control methods before. I'm sure every culture had their way of giving birth and reducing the pain somehow, because that must be a fucking son of a bitch. Holy shit.
A lot of chicks still go to the hospital and they refuse the spine thing.
There's probably some dangers to
epidural, right?
Epidural, yeah.
A lot of chicks go and they refuse that shit. You know what I mean? So they feel all the pain. They just because they don't want a chemical birth or whatever they call that shit. And I heard if you give birth underwater, it's like half the pain right there, like warm water, like in a water tank. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
The baby flies out and starts swimming.
Yeah, the babies just swim right away. They know
no,
exactly
they do.
what they're doing.
They know exactly how to swim.
No, I know. And then you just keep. You get a baby. You give birth underwater. Then you just keep throwing it in the water every day, and it just will always know how to swim.
That's true.
It's a good thing you can do.
Maybe that's where the revolutionary baby army is, like in like a water cave. There's all these water babies just making an army.
Swim, little babies.
Swim babies.
Some secret cave just full of a lake of babies.
You can't hide them on land.
I wish somebody would have done that with me because I was such a fucking little fag about water when I was a kid. I went too long without learning how to swim.
Yeah, me too.
And then I was like, because we didn't have we were just like poor. And nobody in my neighborhood had like a pool, and there was no access. We never had a fucking pool, or membership or any of that shit. That was expensive shit back then, and you just...
And who wanted to go to a pool with like a million weirdos anyway, right?
I did.
Did you?
Yes, but we didn't have any money.
I never liked going to the pool. I thought it was weird.
We didn't know any better.
Anyways, though, so I learned, I was probably like 11, 10, or maybe a little younger than that, but I didn't know how to swim, and everybody did, and I had to take fucking swim lessons, and I had to take the very beginner, and I was like the kid that I wouldn't get off. They would try to get me off the side of the thing, and I'd be like... like hanging on to it. They're like pulling me. They're like, it's okay. You've got like a kickboard. I'm like, no. Just like on the side, just like shivering. And I think they had to get my mom to come to a lesson with me to get me in the water. I was a fucking piece of shit.
You were that kid.
Yeah, and all the other kids in the class were like 3, and they were there. That was one. I remember this one little asshole fucking kid was so brave. He just he was like this class star swimming around. I think his name was Greg, and he was like a little Asian kid named Greg, I think, if I remember right. He's swimming around. Oh, look at Greg. He's 3. And I'm hovering, shivering on the fucking side of the thing, just having a panic attack. A man more than twice his age.
You're telling me the plot to Family Guy Stewie movie.
Only
that's the whole plot of that movie.
He was the same age as everyone else.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're a much bigger loser.
Yeah. No, it's true. I wish I would have just been thrown around in lakes when I was a baby.
I just wish that they would just toss me in a lake from time to time.
Yeah. See what I can do.
What do you think would happen if you threw a fucking baby in a lake or in water and never let it get out?
I don't know, but to this day, I have an irrational fear of water. And I don't even like to be in a hotel pool if it's too dark. One time I was in a hotel pool, and it was really dark. And you couldn't really see the bottom of the pool that well because the lights were kind of out. It was night, but the pool was still open. But there was no, like, major lights going on. And I had to get out because I kept thinking something would fucking bite me down there. And I'm like, I know that nothing's in there, but I'm just like, there's gotta be something. I can't see. Yeah. I mean, in the ocean, I'm a nervous fucking wreck. I did that this summer, and it's fucking, I couldn't handle it.
Really?
Yeah, oh, dude. Oh, God. Every little, like... The people I was with were they knew how nervous I was, and they're fucking like reaching out with their feet and like brushing my leg. I'm like, oh God, and totally legitimately scared me 4 or 5 times like a little fucking girl. I just can't do water.
I remember when I was a kid and I was at some place with a lake you could swim in, a regular, not a huge lake, average sized lake, right?
A swimming hole.
Sure, but like a bit kind of like with seaweed and shit from the bottom. And I remember swimming in it and like it was touching my feet and shit. And I didn't care. That I can never do that now.
No,
I can't have a piece of seaweed touch my foot ever. I freak out. I think that's why I stopped swimming.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'll start doing, if I have a piece of seaweed touch my feet, I'll do that like thing that dolphins do where you go up on your tail and start skipping across the water. That's what'll happen if I fucking touch anything under the water. Just start fucking skipping across. Yipe. Yeah, that's no good.
Well, that's cool. I won't go in the fucking ocean. No way, no how.
You won't at all?
No.
Ever?
I've been to the ocean once, but I didn't go in.
How about this?
I just dug a hole in the sand. I told you the story.
I was in Lake Michigan, which is a freshwater lake, but I know there's sharks in there. And I got really fucking psyched out because you can't see in there at all.
No.
And I just started thinking about, I was with a friend of mine, we swam way out to the buoy where you can't even really touch the bottom anymore.
Where you're not allowed to swim past that?
I don't know that anyone can really stop you, but
those guys did stop me one time.
It probably marks like where the fucking major drop off of where it gets like shitty.
What do you
to
call
swim.
that?
I don't know, but there's the undertow going on there, and we swam way the fuck out there, and then I remembered there's sharks in Lake Michigan, and I said fuck this. And I swam way the fuck back in. As long as I'm fine, as long as somebody's further out than me.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hello? Oh, we got a caller. I might have to fix the audio. Just hold on if you're there.
Who's that? Who is the caller?
Hold on. I'll tell you in a second.
I don't like to swim anywhere that I can't touch to the bottom, and that limits me a lot because I'm so short.
Well, the thing is that if you can swim in 10 feet of water, you can swim in 1,000,000 feet of water.
I don't want to swim in that, though.
You don't want to swim in 1,000,000 feet of water?
No, because what the fuck is down there? It could be anything.
And what if you accidentally like hit yourself in the face and knock yourself out dead?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that happens. I mean, I do that while I'm swimming.
Just punch yourself in the face over and over.
Constantly punching myself in the face.
That makes sense to me. Then I'd be pretty scared to go. But I won't go into I'm scared of animals. I'm scared of wildlife. Have you seen that new fucking thing they saw in the deep sea? They found.
Which one?
My god! It's the scariest thing ever. It's like a fucking spider monster that's like 1,000,000 feet long, and it has like a fucking octopus head. Oh my god!
Monster.
Oh, deep sea creature. Oh my god!
Where did they find this?
It looks like the Predator. It looks like the alien from the movie Alien, but it has like a spider legs that are like 1,000,000 feet long. Oh, it's the scariest thing I've ever. Are you typing in like deep sea creatures? You'll know it right away. It's the fucking scariest.
It looks like a spider. It looks like a.
No, that's not it. Let me find it real quick.
It looks like a centipede.
No. That's another crazy one too. This one is. Hold on. Let me fucking try to find.
We got
this
Steve
shit.
Watermelon on the line.
Let Steve talk.
I can't get his.
We can't get the audio.
Steve, if you can hear us, I'm really confused as to why I can't hear you. So keep trying to talk, and I'm trying to fucking. We're at my house again, and we didn't test the fucking phone system here, and so If you're there, Steve, I'm trying to bring you on. Maybe try hanging up and calling back. See if that works. Try that. 'Cause I don't know why I couldn't get any audio from you. But so what are you guys talking about over there?
I'm talking about how I'm scared. We were talking about being scared of water, and I'm scared of the creatures, the wildlife in it. And now we're talking about this weird fucking thing they just found. It's so fucking super creepy.
Wait, can we hear Steve? Hello?
Oh, we hear him at the actual speakers. Of the
Oh,
computer.
hold on
That
a
doesn't make
second. I
sense.
think we're getting closer.
We're getting close.
Did you guys hear me?
Oh God, there we are.
Hello? Are you there?
Nice. The fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys are all scared of pools?
Yeah.
No, I'm not scared of pools. I'm scared of ocean.
The ocean.
I'm scared.
Well, you're like scared of like a whole pile of irrational things. Just a pool is no big deal because you kind of sounded excited about getting into a pool, but holy shit! Like, why the fuck would you be scared of fucking not being able to touch your feet to the ground?
Oh, that's what you said. Why are you afraid of that?
Well,
Oh no, I didn't say it.
No, I'm
me.
talking to her.
because
I know.
because anything could be down there, and I could get swept away. I'm not a very good swimmer.
Right, but you like we're from Chicago. You swam in Lake Michigan and got your fucking your little toesies fucking nipped by fish and shit.
No way. No.
Like, haven't
no.
you ever swam in a pond?
No.
Ew.
No,
No, I don't like that. No way.
you don't like ponds?
Who the fuck swims
Not
in a pond? That's
not
disgusting.
where I can't touch the fucking ground. No way.
Nobody's swimming in a
Are you
pond.
serious?
That's
You know what-
gross.
you know
That's
what
what
lives
you're
in a
limited
lake?
to. What's up with the Miko kids? They're scared of the pool?
Like ponds.
I'm not talking shit about the Mikos at all.
No, the
I'm
pond.
just trying to figure out where that comes from.
I don't know. Ponds are gross. They smell like shit. Fucking fish pissing there all day.
Yeah.
There's
See, and I gotta be like,
And they're murky. You
like
can't
I
see
can
anything.
understand if you're that kid, and there's the little Asian kid, and there he is swimming along, and you're a 12-year-old grown man, and you can't fucking swim. I gotta be
I don't
like-
know, I was like 9.
To have your mom come to you like, holy shit, dude.
I
That's a
was.
rough.
Maybe I was. a
I
little
was thrown in.
younger.
I was thrown into a pool, and that's how I learned how to swim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to live. I almost died.
See, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the beautiful thing. When my ma and I were babies, she just brought me into the pool all the time. I was like a little tiny watermelon in the pool. Fucking beautiful.
Have you been? What have you been doing tonight, man?
It's not tonight, is it?
Well, it's getting there.
It's the afternoon.
Yeah, what'd you do? What'd you do
Yeah,
today?
that's what I was really calling to find out. What the fuck is up with the Tuesday afternoon fucking overdose?
It's the Sunday evening overdose, Tuesday
I wanna
afternoon
say fucking
overload
after evening.
show.
Overdrive.
Overdrive
edition.
show.
The Sunday evening overdose, Tuesday afternoon overdrive edition.
What is so hard to understand about that?
Easy.
We're in overdrive,
No, I'm
buddy.
just saying, like, you guys are just fucking so stoked about fucking Sunday. You're like, we're gonna do Tuesday and talk about swimming.
We're just kicking it into overdrive here on the overdose.
Oh, please.
It is
Don't say
full
that
speed
shit. Holy
ahead.
cow.
All
Hey,
systems
fucking,
go.
the Earthling, what's your fucking, what did fucking David Box call it? Puke voice?
Puke boy.
Puke voice.
Puke voice? Like, hey, we're all fucking puking. Blah.
That's my professional radio voice.
Oh my god, dude, it's the worst.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
It's the best
Can't
thing that's
believe
ever
fucking-
happened to this
Seriously.
show. It's
The
gonna make
Earthling,
people
grow
take.
some balls and fucking punch him in the throat, for Christ's sake.
If I punch him in the throat, he might sound like that forever for real.
Yeah. His voice would get
No,
stuck
you
that
wouldn't.
way.
You never
sound
know.
like that guy with the little buzzer.
This
the
is what.
emphysema guy?
This is what's gonna take this show to the next level.
Aren't you glad that we're on more for our fans? Aren't you glad we got another day?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got. We're
We're gonna be
So
on
you,
every.
guys, so you guys talking about police and ghost news, or you're just bullshitting on Tuesday
No,
evening
not
overdose?
today.
we.
This is the Tuesday afternoon
this is
overload.
the Tuesday afternoon overdrive.
Overdrive. Sorry.
Edition.
Edition.
You said it wrong like 8
I
times.
know. So did you.
Listen,
Once.
Once.
don't try and fucking make some shit up. It's just the Sunday evening overdose Tuesday edition.
No, it's the
Tuesday
Tuesday afternoon
afternoon
overdrive.
You're just confusing things.
No,
It's like I'm
that's a
being
good name.
homeschooled.
This is
It's
just
the
where
worst.
this is where we cover all the
And,
stuff that we ran
here's
out of
the other
time
reason why I was
for
calling, too.
on
Because
Sunday.
I was
Yeah,
listening,
no,
because
you
I was
just
like,
go
what the
ahead.
fuck is the Tuesday evening overdose? Now, Vinny talking about fucking all the, like, how everything about fucking school is the worst.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you ever have kids, I guarantee you, like, you can't just grow them in, like, a swimming pool. It doesn't work like that. Like, you fucking, like, there are some things that are, in fact, valuable. And if you've ever known anybody that was fucking homeschooled, you know, first of all, that they're
Creeps.
fucking weird as fuck.
I know, but maybe
Dude,
there's
they don't
ways
eat
around
chocolate
it.
and shit.
But there's like co-ops and shit nowadays. A lot more people are doing it. You can get the social
No,
aspect.
I'm not saying, like, dude, I'm not saying it's an impossibility. I'm saying the black and the white, like, there's a lot of gray
Well,
area.
no, they
in
should never
between
go to
where you
school
can just,
together.
like, have your kid go to a school where there's other cool
We don't
kids,
condone that.
and they aren't, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Form a little gang and a band.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Dude, the fucking kids that get homeschooled, they don't eat chocolate. They talk about Jesus. Like, I know that that's not what's going to go on with
No,
your
my
homeschooled
kids.
children.
They are a bunch
You're
of
right. Homeschoolers are like Jesus
they're a-
kids,
Dude,
too.
They're a bunch of
Listen
creeps.
to reason. Nobody wants a fucking little robot hilarious child running
They
around.
do. Come on.
It's not hilarious.
It'll be the best. But if I
No, you would have your fucking kids selling drugs and shit.
if I had a kid, I wouldn't tell
Put them to work.
I wouldn't tell anyone about it.
He'd keep him in a
Corner
pool.
over there.
He'd be the chosen one to lead the revolution.
No,
Yes.
dude. Now you're fucking falling into the Earthlings trap.
What?
There's no bubble babies fucking leading the revolution.
Yes,
Don't
there
get me
is.
wrong. Certainly, there are probably people that are raising their kids off the grid, but they're hippies. They're not like leading the revolution. They're growing squash.
How did you swim with your mom when you
Dude.
guys were both babies?
Yeah.
Explain that
Well,
to me.
not both of us. I
You
was
said
just
that.
the baby. She was my mom.
You said when me and my mom were babies.
Right.
All right, okay. I was just wondering.
Well, you know what I meant. Like, holy shit. That's what you've been thinking about this whole
Yeah,
time?
I've been thinking about it this whole time. Like, how does that work exactly?
Patrick.
We've got a lot of
You're
fucking.
a simple-minded fool.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's not true. You,
No, it is.
Oh, yeah?
No, I know. And it's like,
No.
dude, I hear all these things all the time. You're like, this one person.
No, you're a
had
simple-minded
this one story
fool.
about this one guy, and I can't remember, but he got fucked with
You
by the
heard
police
that?
or something.
You're a
Why don't
fool.
you listen to him?
I am.
No, you weren't.
What did he say? What did he say about me? Go ahead, Steve.
No one knows because you were fucking talking. We were oohing. You keep
Right.
rambling.
Right.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Right.
get,
That's the problem.
an argument
He interrupts.
started.
He really interrupts a lot. He's a little bit better than he used to be, but it is
Who?
still out of control. The Earthling.
What do you?
Oh, the other thing, he's gotten better.
Yeah, he has.
There's no doubt about that. It's still kind of like, is that why you're doing the Tuesday afternoon thing? Because he won't be as drunk?
No, it's just
I'm just not drunk because I'm poor.
Well, you can still be pretty poor and drunk on a Tuesday afternoon.
no. There's no reason that he's. Yeah, I mean, he would love to be drunk right now.
Yes.
Don't get it wrong. But he doesn't have any money, so
You gotta pace yourself.
all he's
It's a
got is
pace
coffee.
yourself.
But
I have a mango seltzer water.
We're doing as much as we can. We're just trying to practice.
No,
better.
it's great. No, I love it. Here's the other, the other one thing I gotta be like, is that the Earthly keeps on fucking being like, oh, I was just trying to fucking set you up for something, and I gotta be like, dude, don't try and fucking set something up. Just roll with it, you know?
Yeah,
This is like
that's a good lesson for radio. Don't try to set anything up.
advice for the Earthling. Just roll with it. Like, if something doesn't, if somebody doesn't pick up on like a bit, then that bit was lame, and you suck.
I think he's talking
Go
shit
to
to
the
you.
next fucking thing.
No, he's talking,
talking
to you.
sh-
You're not paying any
Are you talking
attention.
shit to
See?
me, or are you?
He can't even understand what you're saying.
What are you saying?
Me?
Yeah.
He's telling you that you always, when you say something that goes nowhere, you always say, "Oh, I was trying to set something up,"
Like,
and he's saying
like,
you,
like
he's
make
saying
it
you're
a
lying.
point
and
to
you got
like
nothing.
point out the fact that something you're saying is going nowhere.
there's no point to say that whatever I'm saying is going nowhere?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's already passed, then you just let it go, and it's no big deal. But when you, like, stop the show, and, like, you're like, oh, I thought I was going to make a joke there. I thought you'd make a better joke after that. Then it stops the show, and you just got to be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Fact checkers got to check her facts and shit. And the fucking show goes on fucking, well, awkwardly. It's no big deal, dude.
It's really not.
You're going to be fine.
I'm just thinking about this cigarette, man. I'm not even paying attention to you, motherfucker.
Cigarette break?
Yeah. Well, we're not doing like standard radio breaks. We're just like, we got like a late start because the fucking computer was about what? He said that when I say something that's going nowhere, don't acknowledge that it was going nowhere. Just keep going.
That's like the
That's
weakest.
pretty much it. It's not really a diss. I don't. That's your. I don't.
The
give a
weakest
shit.
response to things is always like,
It's
"Oh,
no
I'm not
big
even
deal.
paying
Like,
attention
it's
to
just
you."
something I noticed, and it happens like all
No, it wasn't
the
even.
time.
It wasn't
Holy
even.
fuck, I listened for like
There's
15
too much
minutes.
just-
Then why do you listen
goes
to
on
our
like
show
10
then?
times.
Why you listen to our show then if you don't like it?
I don't want to listen to the show. It's just too
Because I like
much
you guys.
interrupting.
I think it's hilarious.
Well, we're gonna keep doing shows. Are you gonna join us for the Sunday evening overdose, Tuesday afternoon overdrive, Wednesday edition tomorrow
After
in
you
the
take
morning?
Fucking, tomorrow's Wednesday? You guys
So-
didn't do a Wednesday overdose?
The Wednesday is an add-on to the Tuesday, show, so it's going to be called the Sunday Evening Overdose, Tuesday Afternoon Overdrive, Wednesday Morning Edition.
Right.
You guys are going to fucking do a morning edition? I don't even believe any of you can get a fucking, like, up in the morning and fucking do a radio show for sure.
No,
especially after the Tuesday Evening Overdose is such a smashing success.
Shut
okay. Fuck you. You want to take us out? Because we're
this
fucking
show's over.
done.
Thanks for calling in, Steve. We're done.
We're done.
You guys are done?
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a great night. I just want to say I think the Tuesday Evening Overdose is a fantastic program.
Hey, why don't you actually?
Why don't you actually learn the name of it?
Do you want to just take the show over for a while? Do you want to just talk?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna fucking yeah, it's fine. I gotta find a place to pee and light a cigarette, but it'll be fine.
All right,
I'll just keep walking.